Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hertz on AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. All things diesel for over 26 years. Now, here are your hosts, Peter and CJ.
Hey everybody, what is going on? This very wet, thunderstormy Tuesday. I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not. Some of you may have because you're considered essential members of society. If you're out there driving around, it's raining. It's raining hard also. Thunderstorms came through about, I feel like I woke up about 4:30 and storms came through, felt the rumbles, heard the crackle of the thunder. So yeah, it's going to be a wet one today. It'll get up to about 71 before it clears up tomorrow and Thursday. And we talked some yesterday about not being able to gamble. And listen, you can bet on weather apparently. And Thursday it says it's going to be a high of 82. I'm going to take the under on that. I'm absolutely going to take the under on that. Welcome into Sports 56 Mornings. I am, with Peter and CJ. I'm CJ, no Peter. As we practice social distancing from one another, we got a great show for you lined up, as we always do. We're going to talk some about what's going on in the world, especially with the coronavirus things really every single day. It's just more news upon news upon news. So we're going to try and keep you abreast of the latest with this and with that Rona. We're also going to talk some about some of the XFL QBs getting the opportunity. XFL QBs getting a good look, as well as Deshaun Watson sending out cryptic tweets. We got the wheel here as well. The wheel is sitting right here. We're going to do something different with the wheel. We're going to spin this wheel, and whatever topic it lands on, that'll be the topic myself and John Harden will discuss. And we got all that, plus the IOC deciding to go ahead and possibly, according to the homie Big Dick Pound, they are going to be postponing the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So we're going to talk about that and what that might mean as well. And without any further ado, here's the man who keeps everything afloat, everything abreast, John Harden. What's going on, Johnny, baby?
Man, it's so good to talk to you, CJ. I got some great information. My buddy Blake Jones told me yesterday that he was going to parlay the over in the Phoenix airport.
Okay.
And he was going to parlay that with the under in Sydney, Australia at their airport. And guess what? He hit it. So the man's first bet on weather, he tore up. And then the other funny story I have to announce is just so, because, everybody who's out is an essential person.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my buddy Cole, they got locked down yesterday.
Okay.
At 6 o'clock last night.
Where at?
He's in Washington.
Okay, Washington.
So,
DC?
and locked down.
DC?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he went up there. So he's like, oh, man, I got to get all my, I went into the liquor store, got Jameson. I went and got like a bunch of beans and lagoons and stuff in case we're stuck for a while. And then he said I went to the, because you can smoke weed out there.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah, dude, Washington was one of the first states.
Johnny? I believe you.
Oh,
I know you know.
We're totally opposite on stereotypes, by the way, everybody.
I know you know, John.
So this is the funniest thing I have to tell you. So it says here, only essential workers will remain open. So that includes hospitals, fire department, police, and basically that's it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Until I found out, because marijuana is also considered medical, they are essential. So he went yesterday and just stocked up. But then he's like, I get home and then there's a big thing. All you people quit descending on the weed because they are considered an essential thing, because they had people with an hour wait to go get their ganja. So that was just, I thought, pretty fascinating.
I mean, not only are marijuana considered essential, but alcohol apparently is also considered essential because liquor stores are still open.
Whoa. See, I did not know that. I didn't know liquor stores were going to stay open too.
So, all right, we're going to talk about that some right now, right here in this segment. But We want to hear from you guys. We have a very, very unique opportunity because unlike your local television news and unlike your national television news and a lot of radio national broadcasts as well, we're live and local. We are here in Memphis, and we want to hear from you. This is one of the few places you can call to really vent and let out some frustrations, let out some fears, if you will, about what is going on and what is transpiring. Please feel free to text us 67129 on the First Bank text line, 67129 on the First Bank text line. Give us a call, 360-8255 on the First Bank phone lines. You can do so at any point in time during the show. We'd love to hear from you. We love to talk to you. If you're working from home, we love to hear from you, what you're doing, how you're keeping from going stir crazy. If you are going into work and you consider one of those essential members, thank you. And we want to hear from you about what the work environment is like. Yesterday afternoon, Mayor Jim Strickland issued a safer at home order. And all these different orders, John, they're throwing me off. I don't want to say lockdown because lockdown implies something completely different. But shelter in place, safer at home, what's the other one that gets thrown around?
Can't, more than 10 can congregate. God, I don't even want to get into really this, but even funerals, you can't even have more than 10 people.
What is it? So everybody has different ways of wording that. And so for Memphis, it is a safer at home order. Here's what you can do. For those of you who might not know, safer at home, what does that mean? Does that mean I can't leave my house for any reason at all? No. Here's what you can do.
You can leave if you going to die.
You can leave the house to go to a grocery store to pick up supplies. Also, if you're going to die, yeah, absolutely.
Well, the reason I kind of said that,
absolutely about to die, please go seek help.
Well, I guess the reason I said that is because there's one thing that I know a lot of people are confused about. They're thinking that if you have the first symptom, or if you think you have the first symptom, that you should immediately go to the hospital and get tested. Mm-hmm. No, they're saying quarantine yourself at home, because maybe it's just allergies. Maybe it is just a typical cold. But if you go out and go to the hospital, the likelihood of you running up into the coronavirus is very, very high. So unless you are struggling with breath, is what they said last night, the doctors that I was listening to. If you're struggling to breathe, immediately go to the emergency room. Don't go see your regular physician because they're doing all the testing at the emergency rooms from what they said last night, and just go there. But if you don't feel good and maybe you have a low temperature but yet your breathing is still okay, basically stay at home. The hospital is for realistically if you are feeling really sick, running a fever, if you're having trouble breathing, et cetera, because like they said, the hospitals are already getting overwhelmed. So
yeah, and it's one of those. Treat it like you would any other illness and only go when it is dire. So you'll be fine. Most of us will be fine if we get it. You'll be fine. You'll be able to just rest at home. And that's good enough. But like John was saying, and like others have said, there's no reason to rush to the hospitals because you have a cough. Because you're going to expose yourself to the Rona. 2, you're going to overwhelm the system. And somebody who really needs to be in there is going to have to wait a little bit longer. It would be nice if we had the drive-ups ready to go. I hadn't seen anything on those, on the status of that. But until then, go ahead and call your primary care physician and get a plan in place for if something happens, what they want you to do. And they're also asking people to call ahead. And they're doing a bit of a verbal test. If you call ahead to the hospital and say, hey, listen, I think I got the symptoms of the coronavirus. New symptom being reported. Loss of smell and taste. Rudy Gobert is reporting that, and others are reporting it as well. And sometimes that is the only symptom. So not only is it now the dry cough, the shortness of breath, the fever. You can add, what's that called? Anosmia? Is that what it is? The loss of your sense of smell.
Man, I have no idea, bro.
Be nice to have Peter here. He would know. That is the loss of your sense of smell. So you have those things call the hospital, call your physician, and see what the proper protocol is. Because I'm hopeful that they have one in place by now. But with the
what did you call it?
Anosmia.
Man, how'd you know that?
That's what it is. Bow. John, I flunked out of pharmacy school, baby.
Dude, I'm so proud of you.
I know what's going on. Your boy took immunology and biochemistry and all this other stuff.
Get this man a dead gum apron and put him in a hospital.
Give me not with an apron. I know we're short on medical supplies. I know that. But please don't put me in an apron. Please don't have the physicians out there, nurse practitioners, nurses out there in an apron, the pharmacists out there in an apron. Please, please, please don't have them rolling like that. So here's what you can do. Safer at Home order's been issued by Mayor Jim Strickland. Again, you can go to the grocery store, the convenience store, or a warehouse to pick up essentials. You can go to the pharmacy to pick up medicine and other healthcare necessities. We had to go grab first aid kit because my wife accidentally cut her finger yesterday and we were all out of Band-Aids. So we had to go grab that yesterday. You can go to a restaurant for takeout, delivery, or drive-through. So you can still do those things. I'm just saying, you can hop online, corkysbbq.com, go ahead and place your order, and then roll up through the drive-thru when it's lunchtime, grab your food, and get back home, get that comfort meal in your belly. That's how I would roll, but everybody do their own thing. You can also go out to care for your family members or neighbors or something like that. Take a walk. We did this yesterday. Any sort of exercise, you're fine. Can't go to a gym, but you can walk around your neighborhood or walk around
Horizontal Mambo is one that they're recommending from actually doctors.
There's going to be a lot of babies named Rona. I'm telling you right now. You're going to look up 10 years from now, teachers, which, God bless you, teachers, are going to be in the classroom. Like, I know this ain't the name. I think it is. Corona Quarantine Johnson, here. Like that is going to be a child's name. Corona Quarantine, probably going to run like a 4.40. Be the sickest to ever do it. You can also walk your pets and take them to the vet. Anything that requires you to receive a delivery, FedEx. Like if you're getting packages, you're good to go. If you're getting deliveries, you're good to go. But as far as anything else, please don't be out and about. And if you are out and about, like I saw people playing pickup basketball.
Dude, you're going to get in trouble.
They're going to roll up on you.
They're going to roll up and bust you upside the head, basically.
I do believe it's a fine of some sort.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's getting busted upside the head is what I call, dude. Like, if you take it in my pocket, I'd rather you buzz me upside the head. Dude, don't take my money.
Again, the precinct has police tape all around the court. So you know it's serious. They're not letting people ball at the precinct. We're coming back from walking down by the river at Tom Lee and driving up. Everybody knows Le Bonheur Children's Hospital sits right there, and there's a basketball court, maybe a light up from Le Bonheur.
Oh, we got some nice ones that are like they painted the court downtown. They're really nice ones right there on the front of the river, like a little bit north towards Bass Pro.
The Grizzlies did that one.
Yeah, they're so awesome, and they are right now so damn empty.
Yes.
And you know I live downtown, so I had to have, me and Honey were bored as hell, and I just wanted to go see what Apocalypse looked like. And it literally, like, there was nobody downtown. And you got to understand, downtown at 3 o'clock in the morning is balling. You know what I mean? Like, Saturday night, it's blowing up. We went out there and just were, like, looking around. And, like, there was one other person. And we were, like, making sure we stay far away from each other. But, yeah, it's scary out there.
So, that's where we walked. Like I said, Tom Lee Park. We were there about 11. And there were people walking. And you could tell they were just getting out of the house, but it wasn't the businesses. It wasn't that. The restaurants that are usually open, catering for, well, not catering, but taking care of people for lunch downtown, they weren't open. That court was empty, but the court across from Le Bonheur wasn't. It's just, what are you people doing? Come on now. Come on, don't be out there. So that's what you should not do. You also shouldn't go to work unless you're providing essential services. Employers, please allow your employees to work from home. You shouldn't be out just mixing and matching, visiting with friends and family if there's no urgent need. Of course, you got to keep 6 feet distance at least. Mike Conley, be a Mike Conley away from everybody. Maybe you should be a Hasheem Thabit away. That might be a little bit better, or a Hamed Adadi, but at least keep a Mike Conley distance between you and the nearest person. And unfortunately, like, you can't visit your loved ones in hospitals, nursing homes, etc. While this is in place. So that is what is going on right now with the shelter in place. We'll talk some about the essential essential business, well, essential members of society, because, John, that's you and I. We fall into that category because media is definitely
We
that.
essential, yo.
Yeah. Jason is dialed in, though, with a sports question for CJ. Jason, what's going on, my man?
Good morning, fellas. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm in that essential category myself, so I'm out headed to work. I got a question for you, man.
All right, let me hear.
So I haven't heard anybody mention this at all. So Georgia Tech was banned from the tournament this season.
Right.
With the tournament not going and being canceled, will that ban fall over to next year? Because you couldn't compete in the tournament because it got canceled, so there's not a tournament for you to be banned from. Will that ban fall over to next year, or will that ban be squashed? How will they do? How will they do going forward?
Jason, man, if it was me and I was Georgia Tech, we're gonna let you go. You got a little wind in the background. Thanks for calling in. If it was me and I was Georgia Tech, I would absolutely be like, no, it counts now. Y'all banned us for the 2020 postseason. It's not our fault the postseason didn't go on. That would be like you getting mad because you banned me from a tournament and my team's not good enough to go to the tournament. It's the same. In my eyes, it would be the same thing. So if you give me a 2020 tournament ban and 2020 there is no tournament, well, that's outside of my control. I upheld my end of the bargain. I did what I was supposed to do. So, yeah, Jason, that's a great question, and it's a question that sparks a lot of others with the NCAA because not only like Georgia Tech in the postseason ban this year, but what do you do with these spring athletes? I know D2 has allowed certain athletes, well, the spring athletes, all of them, be you freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, redshirt, senior, to get an additional year of eligibility because this season isn't taking place. Now, if the season hadn't taken place, then I guess, no, even still, if the season didn't take place and you impose a postseason ban, I was banned for that postseason. I'm not in. Is it a year ban or is it a number ban? So is it, hey, you've got a 2-year ban from the tournament, or is it you're banned from the tournament in 2021 and 2022? I believe that it is the 2021 tournament that Georgia Tech was banned from, and I would operate if I'm Georgia Tech and Josh Pastner like that's the case. Like everything will be up and running.
But do you think the NCAA actually is going to allow that to they might. I just feel like for them, for some reason, like their mission is to take care of student athletes, but I feel like they all any chance they can club them over the head, they try to.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so that's what I don't get. That's what I don't know. I would, again, Georgia Tech, yeah, this is a ban. We played all season. Y'all banned us from the tournament. Because what would it be if Georgia Tech, they weren't getting into the tournament this year anyway. So would you say you got to wait till
Another great point. We weren't going to make it anyway. Why would you go ahead and punish us? The reason we weren't going to make it last year, you could basically say, is because we couldn't get any athletes to come play here because we knew we were in punishment.
So what are you
Don't keep us in purgatory forever.
What are you going to do? Like that's the deal with some of these with the rules and how they're set up. You place these bans, the NCAA does.
Like the Astros don't, like, I can tell you one thing. Like the Astros will be hated forever, but again, this baseball, the simple fact, the further this gets pushed back, the less like balls upside their head the Astros are going to take, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And so if you're Georgia Tech or the NCAA and you say, okay, there's been a postseason ban in place, and Georgia Tech says, well, listen, what do you mean? We weren't good enough to get to the tournament anyway. So would you then say, hey, we're not banning you from the tournament this given year. We're banning you the next time you're good enough to get to a tournament? No.
Nope.
No. So this is it. This is the ban.
Because the ban is what causes you to be bad enough to not basically make the tournament half the time. Because once you know that ban is, you got a bunch of dudes in the transfer portal who are like, oh, yeah, let's go to Georgia Tech so we can have a great year and then not go to the tournament.
I mean, that's how I would view it. So many a times there's been programs and teams who have received tournament bans and postseason bans in college football and not been good enough to get to said bowl games or tournaments. And because of that, they still serve the ban. They still counted it as a ban. So I'm thinking that Georgia Tech is good to go. That everything is good. Thanks for the call, Jason, my man. Everybody can call in 360-8255 or text us on the First Bank text line 67129. Here are essential businesses that are going to stay open during this Safer at Home that Mayor Strickland put in place yesterday afternoon. Healthcare operators, of course, the people on the front line of this thing. They're out and about. They are essential. Grocery stores and beverage stores. Beverage stores, John, that means liquor stores because, God forbid, we close those down in quarantine.
Well, I mean, it does make sense because they don't want them to get busted open.
Gas stations and auto supply stores. Banks, hardware stores, home and business repairs. Plumbers, electricians, exterminators, janitorial, property management. Those people stay open. And John, media members. That's us, baby. We're essential. We're essential because we're trying to keep you guys informed on everything that is transpiring and everything that is going on. If you got any questions about what is going on out there in the world as it pertains to this Rona or as it pertains to sports, because we are also going to get into those things as well. We are going to talk about Dick Pound and the IOC deciding to postpone the Tokyo Olympics. We are also going to talk about Jordan Tiamu, PJ Walker getting a shot in the NFL. Deshaun Watson sent out some crazy tweets yesterday, and some NFL owners continuing to do some pretty nice things. We're going to talk about all of those things and more. So don't you dare touch that dial. You're listening to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ right here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. For more than 26 years, they've supplied all the diesel parts that you need. From simple repairs to complete overhauls, they have it all. Whether it's heavy, medium, light duty, agricultural, marine, or off-road, Mid-South Power is the leading source for all things diesel. Fuel injection, turbochargers, engine parts, alternators, starters, and brakes, they can supply all the parts and services you need. Stop in today at 3250 Mill Branch Road in Memphis or call 901-396-0710.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Lemon Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC-accredited facility, and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Lemon Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselemonbrace.com.
Wolf Chase Limb and Brace.
Central Barbecue is committed to the health and safety of this community, who has supported Central for almost 20 years. Central Barbecue is still open for business with to-go and delivery options to serve the greater Memphis area with the same great barbecue you have come to know and love. With 4 locations to serve you, from downtown, midtown, and East Memphis, you can order your favorite barbecue and enjoy everything on the menu in the comfort of your own home. Call your nearest Central Barbecue location for more information on delivery and to-go options today.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
I'm Dr. George Flynn with the Skin Clinics. In order to do our part to flatten the curve of the spread of the coronavirus, the Skin Clinics is postponing all elective procedures until further notice. This is an unprecedented time in the United States and in the world. The news and data are changing by the hour. We at the Skin Clinics are following the situation closely, and we will once again be scheduling procedures when we're confident we can do so with your safety in mind. Remember to wash your hands, and as our staff has been telling you for a long time, stop touching your face. Thank you for your continued trust, and when we begin to schedule procedures again, we will have extended hours for your convenience. I'm Dr. George Flynn saying, please take care of yourself, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Welcome back in, everybody. Another.
Boy, I'm getting back on that horse, aren't I?
It's supposed to be soft. Hit me with some soft rock when you get a chance, John. Hit me with some soft rock.
You know I got it.
I know you do. I know you got it for me. Hit me with it when we get back. Soft Rock Tuesday is going on right now. Staple, pillar of the program. Texas have texted in. You can too. First Bank text line 67129. Texas says lawn spray and lawn care companies are listed under pest control and property management, so they're essential. Damn right you are. Agriculture and insurance slow down. Agriculture and insurance are essential as well. Yep, that you are. There's a lot that was listed on under that essential business operations. A lot that I didn't get to, a lot that I didn't mention. So yeah, both of those are essential also. It's like 35, 40 different jobs. Oh, there it is.
First night together.
I miss you, CJ.
I'm looking right at you. How can you miss me?
I love you, buddy.
Is this soft rock? Or is this a power ballad? What is this?
It says soft rock, and I honestly have no idea, but I think it's... I just Googled Air Supply, Bee Gees, and Rod Stewart, and this is what came up. Didn't that make sense, though? Aren't they like soft rock people?
I don't know. That's the deal. Not one of us knows what's soft rock. We're just out here doing our best. People, help John and I out.
I really think those those are the only people I could think of. Rod Stewart, Air Supply, and the Bee Gees. That's because that's the only people I can remember from like the late 70s.
Michael McDonald is one.
Who? Like Ronald McDonald?
No, Michael McDonald. Who just died?
Oh, he's the gambler, bro. Kenny Rogers. He's
Rogers.
He's a soft rock.
I think Kenny Rogers might have one. I'd be willing to bet Kenny Rogers would have one. What's it? Kenny Loggins is another one. Who else? Now I got to, man. Peter has educated me. Zach has educated me on all of the soft rock goats, and now I can't think of any. Give me a minute. We're gonna figure this thing out, though, John. We're gonna get soft rock right because the people want it. The people need it.
Led Zeppelin? No.
No.
What about Fleetwood Mac?
Maybe.
They got a couple soft ones.
It's not about being soft. It's about being soft rock.
But, I mean, it feels rockish, but the girls kind of got the soft sound.
We could try it. I don't know. Text in. Help us out. Clearly, John and I have no clue what's going on with soft rock. Please text in and help us out. Give us a call.
I was like, the Police? Like, I keep thinking of like a certain generation, but I don't think just because they came out of that generation, it means soft rock.
67129 on the text line. Give us a call, 360-8255 on the phone line. Help us out. I was helped out yesterday. After we went for the walk to stretch our legs, we ended up swinging by the Kroger, and I finally found some paper towels. 2 weeks of looking for paper towels, and your boy finally came up on some paper towels. It is wonderful. And we joke and we kid and tease about the paper towel shortage and the toilet paper shortage and people freaking out, losing their mind, trying to hoard stuff and then sell it for quadruple the price.
Well, this is for at least me in my situation, like I'm not the most, I'm a kind of thrifty person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you go in the grocery store, I noticed that almost everybody is thrifty because the only thing that was there yesterday were all the most expensive items left in the aisle.
Yes. Yeah, it's gotten to that. Financially woke is what we'll call it, John. That's because I'm also financially woke.
Thank you. I like that.
Yeah, you're just woke financially. And we joke about those shortages, though. There's very real shortage, though, on medical supplies, specifically personal protective equipment, PPEs. People are buying them up in a panic, or people are buying them to try and sell back at quadruple, quintuple the price. And let's just stop. Let's stop doing that. We saw a guy in Knoxville, I feel like my man was, who drove 1,300, 1,400 miles around the state of Tennessee just hoarding all of the hand sanitizer and soaps and other things.
Did you see what they made him do with it?
Yeah, they made him give it away. Made him donate it, which is good.
Would you like to go to jail, sir, or would you like to donate it to charity?
Donate it. My God, what is wrong with people? But we see folks doing that now with some of the PPEs, the personal protective equipment, and that's dangerous because we've got people out there on the front line. John, you know as well as anybody about people out there on the front line dealing with the coronavirus in the hospitals and trying to fight the disease at a microbial level. And they are running out of supplies that keep them safe. And if medical staff starts to get sick and starts to miss days of work, we are in serious trouble. We are. And one of the things that happened yesterday, there was an executive order signed to stop all of that hoarding, which it should be. But the issue is, it's in such a limited supply that you have places that have really been hit hard by the coronavirus. You have those places bidding against each other, which is also driving up the price of the supply. So you've got New York bidding against Washington for supplies, a limited number of supplies, and that's costing them astronomical amounts of money. One of the things that I didn't see coming, I don't think any of us saw coming, TV doctors are stepping up in a way that we weren't prepared for. I wasn't prepared for. TV doctors have donated the PPEs, the personal protective equipment that they use on their shows as like props. They've begun donating those to actual hospitals. So Dr. Gray from Grey's Anatomy is actually donating her medical equipment to help actual hospitals. Not only that, New Amsterdam donated half a truckload of stuff. You've got Station 19, who's donated 300 N5 masks. Those are the important masks. Also, people, there's no reason for any of us to have the N5. There's just not. Unless you are deathly ill, in which case you shouldn't be out and about anyways. So, please don't be buying those masks because the medical professionals really need them. So in addition to...
And FYI, those masks, just so you know, it prevents, if you're sick, for you when you cough, it doesn't let the stuff go out and shoot 6 feet onto other people. But guess what? Somebody coughs on your mask, coronavirus is small enough to go right through that junt.
So it doesn't make sense. I saw somebody at the Kroger, with that big mask on. It's like, what are you doing? It's not for you unless you are sick. In which case...
And if you're sick, don't go anywhere, you moron, and don't touch nothing.
Don't be out and about. So again, let's leave those masks for the medical staff and medical personnel and the people on the front line trying to fight the coronavirus. But so not only is Station 19, New Amsterdam, donating masks and other PPEs, but you've got to look at other members of Hollywood who are the set and costume designers. They are actually sewing masks to be given to hospitals and physicians. This is something I didn't see coming. And I saw somebody send this tweet out, and it got me to wondering, too. Their tweet was Dr. Gray versus House. Who could get this coronavirus thing solved? I want to open it up, though. Which TV doctor would you like, or a team of TV doctors would you like on the case of the coronavirus?
Only ones I know is that George Clooney was at least a doctor one day.
Which was ER? Clooney was in ER, wasn't he?
Man, I have no idea, dude. That was when I was young. He was young.
Doug Ross. That was Clooney. Doug Ross.
Well, what was the show?
ER.
Oh, so you were right.
Yeah, it was ER. But which which doctor do you think could get this thing figured out?
I would
Fix
say
TV
House,
doctor.
man.
House, House. House would
We'd
pop,
already be all well if House had this joint.
House would pop like 9.
But he's
Vicodin.
doing some crazy show where he's like a space person now, so he can't fix any viruses.
Oh, that's what's going on with Dr. House. I didn't know.
I saw it yesterday. He was
seen
on HBO, and he's going to be in a new TV series where they're like traveling through the galaxy. This shows how crazy my world has gotten. I know a little bit about TV.
That it does. I think House is a good one. Dr. Cox from
Dude, what? So you're talking about Dick Pound and Dr. Cox today?
Yes.
Is that kind of day today, huh?
I mean, Dick Pound is making big news. They don't call him Big Dick Pound for nothing. And Dr. Cox is, as far as TV doctors goes, one of the better TV doctors, in my opinion.
Which one was he on?
He was on Scrubs.
Didn't they sing in that one?
No, they had one episode where they sang, but no, they didn't sing
I think
every
I
episode.
happened to see that one episode and never watched it again because once they
should
broke
watch
out into
Scrubs.
singing, I said, "Oh hell no!" I didn't know it was a damn musical.
It's not. Watch Scrubs. Scrubs is fun. I really enjoy Scrubs. Scrubs is my personal favorite doctor TV show is Scrubs. I
There
love
was this.
House also.
Hey, hold on. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Am I just making things up, or was that ever a TV show?
That's a TV show. I do believe it was
Like,
Dr.
didn't she
Quinn.
like ride a horse or something?
Hey, that's a TV show I know nothing about, man. I know nothing about it. Yeah, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman is a TV show. When was it out?
Dude, Sean Connery was a dope doctor in some movie, and he has that great accent. Like, he would just
93,
like
98.
talk the virus down.
I mean, but again, movies is not TV. Specifically, TV doctors. TV doctors.
Got you.
What was Doogie? Doogie Howser. Was he any good?
See, I can't do that because Doogie's also in those like where he's the White Castle dude, and he's on like meth and coke and like
But yeah,
crazy
that's
as all get
that's
out.
a different universe. Harold and Kumar is a different universe than Doogie Howser.
Well, if it was Doogie, he was so young by now, he'd be so old, he'd probably be the smartest person on planet Earth.
Doogie Howser might be able to get this thing
You
solved.
put Doogie, you get him together, an older Doogie Howser, you get House off that damn ship, and you put them together, they solve this virus in like one episode.
House again. My rankings would be House and Dr. Cox at the top, and then I think Doogie would be good. Again, Dr. Gray. You brought up Dr. Ross from ER. I think that team would
Now,
be
all
be
the
nice.
women would go to Dr. Ross. Isn't he the George Clooney dude?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where all the women would go. Dr. House and Doogie ain't getting a single, like, all the men are going to see them.
But, like, House really doesn't care. That's the deal. House would be so mean about it. Can you imagine a press conference with House up there?
Yo, Nurse Jackie, she'd do everybody's drugs before they'd get them.
Yeah, no, we can't have Nurse Jackie out there running around.
Do you know what I'm talking about? That's
Yeah,
a
I
TV
know.
show.
Yes, I'm aware.
The one who eat everybody's
Yes.
painkillers?
Didn't she? When did that show go off air, John?
Bro, it had to be a few years ago because I watched that sucker, man, on Showtime.
Did you finish it?
No, I watched a season of it, though. I just wanted to get, it was really good. I probably would have come back to it,
all right,
but,
it went off
sports.
about 6 years ago. Or 5 years ago, excuse me. The series ended in 2015. Now's a good time for you to pick back up with it, John. Spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure she dies. Pretty sure she ODs.
ODs? Yeah, that
ODs.
kind of is like the, like you could tell it was working itself that way. Even nurses can't take as much pain medicine as they want. But I was going to say, you know what the worst, and this is for old people, MASH. They could do it because they were like in some war-torn area and they were like fixing people. Remember? And that was the most popular show in TV history. Like everybody and their grandmother watched the last episode that was alive. And I was alive, but I was too little to even care. But can I say honestly, the worst, does General Hospital count? Like, isn't that a soap opera?
Yeah, General
like,
Hospital
you would
counts.
never want the General Hospital doctors working on you.
The twist at the end of the episodes will be great. It'll be outstanding. Hey,
and it would also be horrible acting.
We've
doctors.
cured you of your coronavirus. We've wiped out the coronavirus.
But we've also had an affair with your whole family.
Oh, yes, your whole family. And now we don't know who the baby's father is. So
we're going to have to get on Maury.
There's that thing. Text in 67129. Which which television doctor or which television doctor team would you like on the case of the coronavirus? Which ones do you think could get this all worked out? Because, again, the medical TV show, medical dramas, Shonda Rhimes, and the rest of those people are doing something really great and really necessary. And it just goes to show you're called to serve various different ways. And if you're a show like Grey's Anatomy and you have all this medical equipment for your show in a time when medical equipment is short on supply, in a time when people can't get their personal protective equipment, doctors, nurses, pharmacists can't get those things, nurse practitioners can't get those things, you're being called upon to do something about it. And donating is one of the things that you can do, and one of the great things that's being done. One of the things I didn't expect when I started watching TV yesterday that it would happen. We got some text to get to on the other side. We got some text requests. Thank you very much. One texter says, that was Bryan Adams, and I would say soft rock. Thank you, texter. Please, y'all, keep us on track with this Soft Rock Tuesday thing. Don't you dare touch that down. We're coming back with more texts and more right here on Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1 FM and 87.7 FM.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
We could stay here forever. We deliver olives, Greek sandals, and everything you need to relive that perfect trip to the Mediterranean. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Memories. What we deliver by delivering.
I'm Dr. George Flynn with Flynn Broadcasting Company. The coronavirus situation is causing a lot of cancellation of events, schools, concerts, sporting events, and all kind of social gatherings. It's called social distancing. But you do not have to be distant mentally from everyone in the community, because Flynn Broadcasting is with you. We love you. We want to make sure that you are connected and protected from the coronavirus. So keep listening to this Flynn Broadcasting Station. We'll keep you informed, we'll keep you in touch, and we'll keep you connected to your friends. So as soon as this situation is over, we can go back to our normal living. I'm Dr. George Flynn with Flynn Broadcasting Company, saying we love our community, we love you as individuals, and we are committed to your well-being.
Today's horoscope brought to you by Geico.
Capricorns, today is a perfect day for romance and fun-filled activities with your partner. And by fun-filled activities, we mean shopping for car insurance. Luckily, you'll find that switching to Geico could save you hundreds of dollars a year. You'll keep this day of romance going at the hardware store by arguing for half an hour over the color of your backsplash. Love is indeed in the air, Capricorns.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Your Memphis Tigers football program completed the greatest season in program history with 12 wins, a conference championship, and a berth in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Season tickets for the 2020 season are on sale now and start at just $100 when you buy 4 in the Family Fun Zone, or $150 for end zone seating. Get your season tickets by May 15th and receive a free gift, concessions deals, exclusive access to regular season and postseason tickets, and more. Get your season tickets today at GoTigersGo.com or call 901-678-2331. Memphis Tigers football.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Do you feel alright? And I say yes, I feel wonderful tonight.
Is this the same song?
No, dude, this is I Feel Wonderful Tonight.
Oh, okay.
They all sound like this, though. They're like really soft, and they're like, I feel wonderful.
This feels like too slow to be rock. I
think it's because they use like an electric guitar, it makes it rock. And they have the long hair. Like, dude looks like he's a rocker. But then when he starts to singing, he sounds like, oh man, this ain't gonna work.
I feel like this was played at a lot of middle school dances. You know, with the
where you're like
arms all the way
like a
extended.
body could go in between you.
Yes, and just got 6 feet of separation. got the swaying thing going. That's
Bro,
what this puts
I'm
me
gonna
in the
tell you
mind
something,
frame.
man. I'm about
Yo.
to freak you out. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
I won a dance competition.
When?
Oh, 6th grade.
No.
Roger Rabbit, bro. Don't play no games, man. I was a dancing little fool. Now, I must have gone to like a private school for me to win it, I think, but I don't remember because I was too young.
How do you not remember what school you were in?
Oh, I was at
grade?
Farmington. Oh, because we moved down here.
Okay, got you. We're gonna spin this wheel in just a moment, but some XFL news regarding a couple of quarterbacks. One local guy.
Can I
guy
steal
with a
your
local
thunder
time.
and just say, PJ?
Well, yes, feel free. For those of you who don't know what John is talking about, PJ Walker, Houston. What was Houston?
Renegades.
Houston Renegades. Is going to be reunited with former college coach Matt Rule. PJ came for when Matt Rule was there. So Matt Rule is over
How
in
did
Carolina.
I not put this together? Like, I was thinking, I feel so stupid. I should have known that he was going to go get PJ Walker.
So, and that explains why the Panthers ended up making a trade at the quarterback position, trading away Allen. Anyway, traded him up to Washington for a 5th round pick, I do believe. And that just shows you there is such a premium on quarterbacks that you can get a 5th for a Kyle Allen, who's been okay, but nobody's looking at Kyle Allen and saying, hey, he's somebody you need on your team. He's somebody that's going to make a difference, and you're able to get a future asset for him. So Kyle Allen, the Panthers traded Kyle Allen to Washington. Kyle Allen being reunited with Ron Rivera up in the nation's capital. PJ Walker is going to Carolina. Means Cam is really out. And the Chiefs, they go out there and they get the St. Louis Battlehawks, Jordan Ta'amu, former Ole Miss football standout. They go and get him.
The St. Louis Battlehawks, I know Gabe's going to be fired up about Jordan Ta'amu. I know Ole Miss fans are going to be fired up about Jordan. P.J. Walker getting going. But I was going to say, I think Cam Phillips is going to get picked up, the wide receiver for the Roughnecks.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think Donald Parham, the tight end for the Dallas Renegades, will get picked up. 6'8". Dude is a beast, and you saw him dominate the XFL.
Ta'amu completed 72% of his passes for just over 1,000 yards and a league-leading 12 touchdowns. He was intercepted twice. So those are pretty good numbers considering what? They play 4 or 5 games?
3 or 4, man. 4 maybe. I think it was 4. By the way, just so you know, Walker, though, he led the XFL 13, 38, and 15 touchdown passes. I loved watching him. And by the way, did you know that if Andrew Luck did not tell his father, the commissioner, Oliver Luck, about how good he was because he was on the practice squad in Indy, and he was like, this kid can really play.
Oh, really?
He
I
wouldn't
didn't know
even
that.
have been in the XFL.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So, good job. Sometimes you do listen to your kids.
Especially when they're grown.
Yeah, and they're Andrew Luck, and they're talking about quarterbacks.
You do kind of got to listen to them.
But have you seen the one little sidebar? Please tell me you saw the Frank Caliendo and the other guy. He's new to the Barstool Sports. You've got to watch it. It's Caliendo acting like John Cruden, calling Andrew Luck, and it's like, you know how mean John Gruden is.
They prank call.
Well,
Andrew Luck?
They dude. It is the funniest little thing. I've tweeted it out, Johnny_radio. I'll retweet it, so it'll be at the top earlier. But you watch it. You get bored today because I know everybody's on basically lockdown. Sit at home, watch one of these videos when Sports 56 is over. You will be glad you did.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. You think the XFL is gonna be okay? You think they're coming back next year?
Very, very difficult. I thought unequivocally they were coming back. They were getting fans left and right. They were putting a decent product out there. Vince McMahon has sunk so much money in this. He's a guy who doesn't like to fail. I thought they were going to be wonderful, but the simple fact that they didn't finish the season does scare me, and it does at least give him the out if he wants to take it. But I don't think he wants to take it because he's put so damn much money in this bad boy.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to take that out either. But it is odd. 2 years we've gotten 2 new football leagues, and both of them have ended under like extraordinary circumstances. This one, far outside of the realm of everybody's thought. I feel like the thought that a pandemic, I don't think anybody thought a pandemic would halt sports like this. The XFL though was that failed spectacularly, unfortunately. But yeah, I think they're gonna come back because you get this year as a wash year. You saw some good things on the football field. It looked like football. It didn't look like NFL level football, but it looked good enough to be entertaining and to keep people entertained for a period of time. And the fact that the games were faster and the fact that the games were on ABC and Fox, so you sit down and you're tuning in and, oh, there's this game on. Now I can flip back and forth between college basketball game and an XFL game, and then when college basketball ends, I can just watch an XFL game. I think that certainly helps. The XFL, you had to hunt for those games. The XFL was always right there in your face and in front of you. So I think they're going to come back. Here's hoping that they do. It was fun. It was fun talking a little bit of football, fun placing a friendly wager or two on some XFL games. But for those of you who missed it, Jordan Ta'amu of the St. Louis Battlehawks just got picked up, got signed by the Kansas City Chiefs, who have, for those of you who don't know, Patrick Mahomes and Chad Henne, Michigan man Chad Henne. Woo! He's still in the league, baby. Y'all talk about Tom Brady. Chad Henne still being around is amazing. My God. And P.J. Walker, Houston Roughnecks, going to be
Don't
reunited.
you just wish Michigan could beat Ohio State
Shut
once
up.
in your lifetime?
Shut up. You've thrown me off. P.J. Walker going to Carolina.
Sorry,
to be
P.J.
reunited
Walker.
with his
Matt Rule.
former coach over at Temple, Matt Rule. And the early part of my life, let the record show, John, the early part of my life, Michigan was beating the hell out of Ohio State. Then they went and got Jim Tressel, and good grief. My God. All right, time to spin the wheel. I should have told you where the wheel music is. We got wheel music.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want me to start singing?
Yeah.
Feel you not. No.
So here we go. I've got various things written on the wheel, various topics of conversation. I'm going to spin the wheel, and we're going to have this conversation at 8:30. We've gotten John, and I don't know what the wheel is going to land on. So we've got childhood sports stories. We've got a movie convo we can get into. We got an animal fight where each of us will pick an animal and a setting, and we'll fight it out, have a conversation about that fight. We've got all-time college football battle where both of us will select an all-time college football team and make them go up against one another, and we'll say who we think wins. We've got all-time NFL battles. We got stories, bad dad work stories. We've got, like I said, childhood sports stories. Using one moment in a sport, use it to define that sport. If somebody comes down and has never seen sports before, what one sports moment would you use to define said sport? And so much more on this wheel, all right? Ready? Here we go. Wheel is going to go around. While the wheel is being spent, I'd like to say a special thank you to all of our sponsors. And again, encourage people. I know we aren't going into restaurants, but Corky'sBBQ.com and Corky's Barbecue is a taste of Memphis everywhere. You can place your order online, scroll through the drive-thru, and pick it up that way. Limited contact with anybody, and it's delicious barbecue. If you're not in the mood for barbecue, I get it, but their fried drummies are delicious. Their catfish nuggets are great because it's catfish that you don't have to eat with a fork and cut. You just eat it with your hand like a chicken nugget. Oh, it's so good. So check them out, Corky'sBBQ.com. A taste of Memphis everywhere. And John, it landed on, are you ready for this?
What?
It landed on Animal Fight.
Animal Fight?
Animal Fight. I'll tell you the rules.
We got to fight?
No, we're going to fictitiously fight animals.
Dig that.
So I'll tell you more about that at 8:30. We're going to pick animals. We're going to pick an environment. We're going to figure out where to fight, where they're going to fight, and we're going to take opposite sides and decide who wins the fight. Don't you dare touch that dial. We got that plus more coming up on the other side. We're going to get into Dick Pound and talk about the IOC as well. So don't you dare touch that dial. You're listening to Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Did
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Soulfish Cafe has done something that no other business in the history of Memphis has ever done. They won 3 different categories in the Memphis Most. They won it for the best catfish. We all know that's the best catfish, and you can get it fried like everybody does, or you could get it, if you wanted to, grilled or blackened. It's the best. Everybody says it. Then there's seafood. We know about their beautiful shrimp. You can get those fried. You can get them grilled. The shrimp tacos are terrific. Memphis Most, best seafood. Then there's soul food. Yes, a 3rd category, soul food. Their veggies are unbelievable. They've got this sauerkraut sausage Cajun dish that is amazing. I love the cucumber salad. Everything is always so fresh. And now, you know, there's 3 locations with a 4th one coming to Wolf Chase soon. The original Cooper Young, the shops of Forest Hill Irene, and of course the newest in East Memphis. That's on Poplar, just east of Perkins in the old Wolf Camera location. They're the best. You said it. They're Soulfish.
Hey folks, Ryan here from Sunrise Buick GMC at Wolf Chase. It's time for the Sunrise Madness Sale. Are you looking for affordable payments? How about next to nothing down? What about guaranteed approval? Well, look no further. Sunrise at Wolf Chase wants to help you say yes to a new car. Over 1,000 new cars in stock. Over 400 used cars in stock. Discounts as high as $10,000. Rates as low as 0%. We've been helping folks for 30 years, and we want to help you next. Call, click, or come on in. Highway 64 in Bartlett, or check us out at sunrisememphis.com. We make it fun to buy a car.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the Build Your Own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 96.1, and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Dude, my soft rock wasn't coming and it couldn't switch. It's not funny when it freezes.
Welcome back in. Is this soft rock?
I just had to go with this one because it was still running from the last one because I can't get it to close out for the other song.
Got too many tabs open, man. Breaking news. Japan Prime Minister and the IOC President agree to postpone the 2020 Olympics. So it's official. the rescheduled date will go beyond 2020, but no later than summer of 2021. So there it is. We talked some about it yesterday and set up the show mentioning it, and we were going to touch on it hot and heavy here in this segment. And news is breaking that all kind of works. Dick Pound said yesterday, everybody's favorite member of the IOC said yesterday, I think he told USA Today or the AP, I can't remember, but he told media members yesterday that, the Olympics are going to be postponed. This came after the IOC said, hey, we're going to take a reevaluate in 4 weeks and see what's going on. And there's still a chance that we can make this work. And you had Canada, the nation, back out. And then you had the USA track and USA swimming also say, listen, we don't think the Olympics should be going on as scheduled this year. You add on top of that, then yesterday, the Team USA writing a letter imploring the IOC to push this thing back and postpone it. And Australia got into it as well. Those are major countries, man, with major financial implications. We forget sometimes because we honestly don't care about track or swimming in the same way we care about basketball and baseball and football especially. But you forget how every 4 years...
Aren't you a hardcore figure skater?
No, I can't skate.
I'm just
joking. That's Winter Olympics, not Summer Olympics either. Yeah.
I know, but I just know you love. Like, didn't you love the little back in the day? What was it, Christine Yamaguchi?
Yeah, Christine Yamaguchi was a stud.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just bringing up your girl.
Yeah, she's a hoss. There was a lot of them. Dominique Dawes, gymnast. That was one who that whole 96 gymnastics team for Team USA. Again, we don't really rock with these sports the same way, consume them the same way with the same fervor year in, year out as we do the NFL or college football or NBA. But when that time comes around, we do get up for it. We love these storylines. We love the Usain Bolt storyline. He's not even American, and we love that. We love the Michael Phelps storyline. We loved, who's Gabby? Gabby Douglas. We loved those storylines. Who's a new one? Oh, why is her name escaping?
I just like the women's soccer team was pretty rocking.
Women's soccer, we get caught up in those stories so much so that they had to put the swim meets with Michael Phelps when the Olympics were in Beijing. They put those swim meets on at 7 a.m. Chinese time because they knew over here it would be in the evenings and it would be in the primetime slot, and they knew we'd watch because we wanted to watch. We were thirsting for some sort of athletic greatness, and the Olympics have given us a bunch of those moments. John, what's your favorite, putting you on the spot, favorite Olympic moment?
Alex Morgan.
Oh, the shot.
Dude, I've never watched a soccer game that she wasn't in.
Mm-hmm.
So literally Alex Morgan.
Okay. All right. That's one. That is one. You hadn't watched any other ones?
Well, I also love the fact that there was that back in the day when I was growing up, they had the commercial about the two Dans, and one of them didn't even make the Olympics, and it was the funniest thing in the history of the world.
Simone Biles. That's what I'm thinking of. Simone. That story. And now, this is big. The Olympics, that is going to take place in July and August. And they have decided to postpone it and push that back to a later date. And it makes sense. And one of the things that
Sorry,
that
it was
struck
Dan
me,
and Dave. Thank you, Texter. But
Thank you,
one of them
Texter.
didn't make it, and I'll find out which one.
Thank you, Texans. Text in First Bank text line.
Probably Dave,
67129.
since I forgot his name.
How do you do Olympic trials right now? You can't. And that's another large part of it. So it's not just the show that is the Olympics and something that everything that we all enjoy for the most part. I know I do. But it's how do you get there? How do we get to the point to where we can watch people who have qualified for the Olympics? Because the Olympic trials are going on or would be going on now. That is what would be. How do we watch that? How do we know who gets in and who? Exactly. So you can't do the Olympics. How do people train? That's the other thing. You can't go to gyms. That's
Did you hear about
non-essential.
they were talking about my man yesterday, talking about how he had to leave New York to go to, like, because he's scared to get the corona,
Who?
and he was one of the basketball players.
Okay.
I'll look it up, but he's like, I literally drove hours and hours away just to where I could find a gym to where I felt safe to go shoot.
Yeah.
But
That's,
by the way, it was Dan O'Brien and it was Dave Johnson, and Dan O'Brien.
What year is this from,
Was
John?
the decathlon in 1992.
Okay.
This was Dan O'Brien was the one who failed to make the Olympics and screwed up the whole advertising campaign for Reebok. They can blame Reebok for Dan and Dave are probably the reason Reebok got killed.
LeBron did that with the LeBron and Kobe. You remember? It was setting up for a LeBron and Kobe final, the final that Dwight Howard and the Magic went to. And we had all of those commercials, those little Muppet commercials with LeBron's Muppet and Kobe's Muppet and the other little kid Muppet.
Yup.
Oh, Nike knew they had one there. And all Dwight Howard did was ruin everything. Kept LeBron out of the finals. Nike was hot. Although one of those commercials was great because it had the little fan Muppet, the little kid Muppet walking around pestering LeBron. Like, hey, LeBron, where's Kobe coming back? Is Kobe playing in the finals? Why aren't you in the finals? That was a good commercial. I enjoyed that commercial. But, yeah, it happens sometimes. It happens. You can't count your chickens before they hatch, man. Don't do
Speaking
things
of
like
chickens,
that.
we're about to talk about fighting with some animals, but before we do that, have you seen the Rams? Speaking of things that have changed, I'm going to vomit. I don't like their new logos. I don't like their new I don't like their colors. I don't like the whole LA Rams BS thing right now, and that's the ugliest Ram in the LA with the yellow thing going around.
With
I
the
don't
ram
like
horn. Yeah. Yep. And this is where if you extend thoughts out, speaking of the Rams, if you extend thoughts out, when does football start?
On time, damn it. Well, we're going to keep positive on that.
When does it start?
September, baby.
Training camps start in August, though.
No, I'm talking about when we going to get real deal Holyfield football. September 1st, baby.
Training camps start in August. And the Olympics are a July to August event. And they're already saying, no, we've got to push this back. We've got to postpone
because
this.
they can't train and everything right now.
Correct.
Football players right now, their schedule, if things go in a positive turn, realistically, if we can get lucky, there's a chance still because the first game is September 10th in the National Football League.
So if you can't train, though, if you can't go through training camps, what does that mean? That means if you have to push training camps back, when you have to push the season back also?
They'll be in there in July and August. They'll be fine.
There's a difference, though, in the Olympics and NFL because the Olympics are asking for people all over the world to fly in. The NFL is all here. So that's
and by the way, ain't nobody flying.
That's one big difference that it is. The NFL is more of that's our sport as a country, not an international spectacle with all types of fans and all of the athletes flying in, staying in one spot, risking the spread further of the coronavirus. But still.
By the way, I just figured out another person who's getting hit by the coronavirus. Right now, being a drug runner would be horrible because think about it. You're the only plane in the air.
What?
I'm just saying there's a lot of people affected.
How have we gotten to this? But I think it is a very real thing. People, if my words don't move you, if the words of the CDC don't move you, if the words of John Harden don't move you, if the words of some of the top epidemiologists in the nation can't move you.
If Tom Hanks can't move you.
Tom Hanks can't. Idris Elba. If those types of people can't move you, hear me now and listen.
Donovan Mitchell?
Feel me now. Hear me now, feel me later.
That's what she said.
True. You may, if we don't get everything under control, if we don't stop the spread of this, football may be affected in a way that none of us want it to be. And it's bad enough that the NBA season has been postponed and that the NHL season has been postponed and that NASCAR has been postponed and that the XFL been postponed. It's bad enough that MLB opening day, which would be what, tomorrow? Tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, John? Or Thursday?
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
MLB opening day. Which day would that be?
Wait.
The 26th?
26 is, what's today? 24th? We got 2 days.
So it would have been Thursday. It's bad enough that all of those things have been pushed back and postponed. You don't want it to get to football. You don't. And so please take the necessary measures and the necessary precautions. Memphis has a stay-at-home order or a safer at-home order in place. I do believe Nashville has another one of those as well. So please.
Oh, my gosh. March 26th is in 2 days, man.
Yeah.
Last week I was sick when I woke up and couldn't fill out a bracket on Thursday, so now I got to wake up and be sick because my baseball fantasy is starting.
How sick are you going to be if NFL training camps get pushed back?
I'm literally probably going to have to be put in a padded room.
Think about that.
Thank goodness we got a lot of pads around here.
Oh, the office where I kick it in, usually you can go over there. That's pretty well padded. But that is where we are with the coronavirus, and that is where we are with trying to stop the spread of it so as not to overwhelm the medical system and not to have unnecessary deaths from it, to where the Summer Olympics that are 3-4 months away already know, listen, we can't jeopardize everybody's health like that. We're not going to go forward with the Summer Olympics.
And by the way, as serious as this stuff is, though, I did want to say, because there's a lot of nice people doing things, we talk about individuals like Kevin Love who've done one thing. Did you see what Pittsburgh did?
No, what
they
did
bought
they do?
400 pizzas, and everybody loves pizza. They brought 400 pizzas and went and took them to all the hospitals for all the doctors and the hospital staff. So I thought that was pretty strong because these people are working 12, 13, 15-hour shifts.
Mm-hmm.
I saw last night they were talking about some of them don't get a break to eat. So they literally were like, dude, we see that. They went up there and took 400 pizzas. I thought that was pretty strong by Pitt.
It sure would be nice.
Jamison Tyon, congratulations. They said he was one of the dudes that was out there who kind of was pushing this agenda.
Sure would be nice if they bought ventilators and bought masks.
I don't think they can do that because, man, it's like from what I saw and was listening to Andrew Cuomo last night, he was talking about how states are bidding against other states, and that's not how it's supposed to be.
We talked about that at the beginning of the show. It's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And we get caught up with, don't get me wrong, I love a good feel-good story. I love the fact that they are buying pizza for the medical staff. I love Mark Cuban buying dinner for everybody in Dallas who's working in their drive-up testing centers. I love that. I love the fact that you got Kevin Love and others making sure that event staff, people who work at various stadiums and arenas who have been affected by the temporary sports hiatus, I love the fact they're making sure that they get paid. That is wonderful.
By the way, last but not least, I also was going to say, though, Trevor Williams, another player for Pittsburgh, one little side note, the staff did make sure they still did this. They said, thank you for the pizza. And then it says, but remember, we stay here for you, so please stay home for us. And 15 doctors are in the picture.
How much is the Rooney family worth, John?
Oh, my gosh. I have no idea. Billions upon billions?
How'd they get that money? Did they get it from us? Spending money on their products? They use government infrastructure to go about amassing their wealth? Yeah, because everybody does. That's how you get the wealth. That's how you accumulate the wealth. All right, the Steelers alone, the Rooney family, for the Steelers alone are worth $1.35 billion. And they got enough to keep that rolling.
Dude, when you're paying people millions of dollars and you're the ones that's writing that check, yeah, you rich.
Sure would be nice if we got help from those people. Actual help from those people in this time. You bring up Governor Cuomo and the fact that he mentioned that there's a bidding war right now between New York and other states, and it shouldn't have to be that way. It shouldn't be.
California and New York are bidding against each other and all that stuff.
Everybody who's hit hardest by this virus and the impact of it on their hospital staff.
If you're a small town, you're just basically, you know what?
You're out of luck, man. It shouldn't be that way. And we have people with the means to be able to actually help. There's a medical shortage, a shortage on PPEs. We talked about it a lot. There shouldn't be, though. We've got people who've got money and got facilities who can make these things and buy the materials to make these things. Elon Musk has the facilities to make these things. Various car factories, various other factories have the means to make masks, to get more gloves out, to make things like ventilators, and there's going to be a ventilator shortage of respirators. We have those things in place here. The people who have them, though, they seem to be dragging their feet on doing things to actually help. And it's great. It makes everybody feel good to see that Miss and Mr. So-and-so who work at insert stadium here, that they are being taken care of and making sure that they've got their salaries to fall back on because they're hourly. But like, more can be done. We can all do more. We should all be trying to be doing more. And the people at the tippity top of this, the governors in the NBA, the owners in the NFL, the billionaires, the multi-billionaires, should not need somebody stepping in and saying, hey, do this now. Do it before they act. Start making more medical supplies. Make sure that we do things to limit hoarding. Like, those are things that shouldn't have to come down from an executive order. Those should be things that you as a person would want to do. You would want to help out any way you can. If this was a war, and part of it is we over here don't move the same way until we hear the phrasing of war. But if it was a human enemy with a uniform on, some of these factories would be converted. We saw that in World War II, with factories being converted to military factories to help churn out military supplies. I can't imagine what the outrage and the uproar would be like if we were in war and we were sending soldiers over with not enough guns, not enough ammo, poor equipment all the way around. I can't imagine how upset everybody would be. But yet, we've got our medical staff out there washing masks and trying to reuse masks because there's a mask shortage. Gloves, gowns. They're running out of those things. And we can't seem to get everybody, especially the people at the top, especially people in leadership, to want to force us to make more of those things so there's not a shortage.
Anheuser-Busch is now producing hand sanitizer.
See, that's great. That's great. It makes sense. We can all be doing our part. And our part, John, is different than a Jimmy and Dee Haslam, who, to the Haslam's credit, they're the owners of the Browns, donated $1.5 million to coronavirus relief in the state of Ohio. That's great, but there needs to be more. People are without jobs right now. People are going to lose businesses because of this. And it is on all of us to do our best to make sure that that doesn't happen. Be it by tipping more than you usually tip when you go and get these to-go orders, or be it, hey, I am a multi-billionaire. Let me throw some of the money and some of the resources I have at finding a vaccine for this, helping pay for that vaccine research, helping buy tests. If we can't buy tests, helping get the materials necessary to make tests and getting those tests made, medical materials as well, the PPEs as well. You know, making sure everybody has those things. What were you going to say, John?
Dude, I forgot.
Well, take your time. Think about it. We're going to go to the phone lines. Dwight has dialed in on the First Bank phone lines. You can, too. 360-8255. What up, Dwight?
Hey, guys. You know, 2 weeks ago, Johnny Radio and I felt like prophets crying in the wilderness. But,
yep.
You know, it's tough. You know, I've got me a couple of masks, and that's all I need. I don't need any more. I don't need to order a whole bunch. I just, you know, every time I go out and use them, I spray them with Smirnoff vodka, and, you know.
Dude, that's seriously.
Next time.
As long as it's a certain proof, man, it's killing alcohol, baby. I mean, it's killing germs. Alcohol kills germs.
John just wants to drink. Dwight, man.
Hey, love you, brother.
All right. Love you guys. Enjoy the show.
Be safe out there.
Thanks, Dwight.
By the way, I was going to say something with all the doom and gloom that we do have to talk about. I did have to say something because I got a few texts, and I had an email, and it was supposed to be like, they asked me to put this out as a PSA or whatever. But Walmart, believe it or not, do you know what they're hiring right now because of their shortage?
Stockers.
$17 an hour. They need them now. So if you're actually hurting for a job and looking for one, I just wanted to let y'all know that you can possibly go out there, get a temporary job at $17 an hour. Walmart is in desperate need. So just wanted to put that out there. And then for baseball fans, 3 things. I want to ask you this question. Which would you bet on, CJ, and how good do you feel about this? Will MLB be played on June 1st or sooner? Yes is plus 275. No is minus 45. Will MLB be played July 1st or sooner? Yes, even money. No, minus 40. Will MLB games be played on August 1st or sooner? Yes, minus 225. No, plus 160. So it feels like those odds, they're thinking about July where we're going to get a little baseball.
Okay.
Is that good for you?
Is that good for me? Do I think that's going to happen?
Yeah.
I'd rather not answer. Keep hope alive.
Okay, keep hope alive.
Keep hoping. Keep hoping. Be prepared, but keep hoping. Hope should not replace logic. Hope should not replace reason. But we can all hope that the NBA and MLB and NHL pick back up in July. That costs nothing. That does me saying otherwise does nobody any good. Be prepared, though, if it doesn't. And be prepared for more. Got a couple of texts to get to on the First Bank text line. One texter says, play How Much I Feel by Ambrosia, please. So that's a soft rock request. I'm pretty sure they're soft rock. We can make that work. We talked some about which TV doctors would you like on the case to solve the coronavirus. Dr. Doolittle's got this. I forgot about Dr. D.
Dude, he's a dead gum vet, I thought.
Was Dr. Doolittle
a TV show? He talked to animals.
Was it a TV show?
No, it was a Eddie Murphy was a movie.
Well, that's a spinoff on the older Dr. Doolittle. I think
no, I did not know.
Yeah, I think Dr. Doolittle back in the day was a TV show.
I see. I thought Eddie Murphy invented it.
No. Dr. McCoy Bones, Star Trek. All right.
Wait, there's a doctor on Star Trek?
Yeah. You got to have some
Spock?
of the people in there. I don't think Spock is the doctor.
Dude, I would hope the alien was the doctor. He probably knows more than you.
Another texter says we're going to go ahead and combine casts here. So House would diagnose the patients with coronavirus, but it would be Hawkeye or Pierce from MASH to handle the stress of being on the front line with minimal supplies.
Great damn point.
You brought up MASH.
Great point.
Okay. All right. Keep those texts flowing in. Another text 67129 on the First
For
Bank
all my
text
old
line.
folks. Da-na-da-na-da-na-na. Was that close?
I have no idea what you're doing.
Da-na-na-na-na. That's a MASH song.
Which fictitious physician from a TV show do you think would be able to handle the coronavirus outbreak? Text in 67129 or text in any of your other thoughts. Johnny and I, coming back, are going to have an animal fight, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Let's get that going. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
Farmers Insurance knows that when you're in the car and that song comes on, yes, that's the one, you have no choice but to pull out your imaginary drumsticks and smash those cymbals and stomp on that kick pedal, which unfortunately is the accelerator pedal. And we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent who knows a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Upon official review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
We deliver jerseys, funny foam fingers, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
Hi, it's me, your nose. I'm so congested. Use the Vicks Sidex nasal spray, would you? Mouth breather. Yeah, the Vicks Sidex nasal spray. Starts working in seconds and lasts for up to 12 hours.
I can breathe again. Vicks Sinex nasal spray is incredible.
I feel like a whole new nose. Oh, let's buy a new car so we can smell it. Oh, we're really breathing now.
For nasal congestion relief, get Vicks Sinex and breathe freely fast. Use as directed.
Spring has arrived. That means the sale has come to James Davis Men's Store. 20% off on all seasonal sports coats and suits. Oh, that Paul Batenley suit deal still going on. It's been extended. 2 suits for $795. Normally $595 a piece. You're saving $400. They love to give you incentives at James Davis Men's Store. So now you can get $50 off on any purchase of $250 or more. And for years, I've been bragging about those incredible custom shirts, the system that we call Stant. James Davis is the only place you can get those, and now you can do that with pants. With the pants, you just take 2 measurements. It's fed into a computer, and the algorithm spits out a perfect fit try-on pair of pants. They start at $168, and you can get them in casual and dress, 5-pocket or plain front. Only the best at James Davis Men's Store in the Laurelwood Shopping Center. The spring sale is on.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Definitely soft rock.
That's ambrosia.
There it is.
Do you know ambrosia? I used to think was just that horrible thing that you'd have to eat it one time a year when, like, that you would go and, never mind.
No, finish it. Finish it when
well,
you
know
go
what I'm
where?
talking about? When you go over, like, your grandparents' house or whatever, or, like, a family member's to eat some food, and they make that nasty stuff, and I'm like, what is that? And they're like, that's ambrosia.
No, I've never
had
had
that. Coconut in it and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But then I found out what ambrosia really is. You know what it is?
No.
It's supposed to be like the Live Forever drink.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Learning something new. Johnny Radio, teaching everybody something new. Welcome back in Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ as we practice a little bit of social distancing. No Peter today. And Similac, Zach America Soy, so I'm getting messages about him. Everybody's thirsting for some of that Similac. He is also not here. But we got John Harden on the other side, making sure everything continues to run. A text to get to. Texter wants to know, hey, guys, out of all the countries reporting outbreaks of the coronavirus, is Russia reporting any cases? And that's a good question. You would think that because Russia, a big country, shares a large part of its border with China, another big country, and we've seen how the coronavirus hit China, we would think that Russia would be affected some. But it is looking like, according to Russian reports, which take that for at face value, according to them, though, no,
we have
everything's
670 corona cases right now.
670 right now?
But that's what they're reporting.
That's what they're reporting.
How much you believe about them?
Not a whole lot.
There's a nuclear. Never mind.
They've shut down the border with China. They shut that down way back in January, and they also set up major quarantine areas in the nation, and they've done a really good job of testing. When last I saw, I think they had they've tested over 100,000, maybe even 150,000, more than 150,000 people nationally. And you compare that to how many people that have been tested over here, and it's hard not to be a little bit concerned. If the WHO and other medical professionals are saying the best thing you can do is test people, and Russia's running around testing around 150,000 folks already, and we are nowhere near that, it does give you pause a little bit, make you a little concerned. But that is what Russia is reporting, and that's what the WHO is reporting for as far as testing goes.
And I do have to say, they have come out and they went strong with their government that imposed sweeping measures, canceling all public events, closing the Russian borders, blah, 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 closing basically everything. And just so you know, if Putin tells you to close it down, they close it down, because I'm looking at a couple pictures of Moscow. There's not a person on the damn street except for one dude with a big old, machine gun.
China was having drones. If you stepped out, China and Spain, if you stepped outside of your house, drones were coming up like, hey.
Yo, what's up?
What are you doing?
We're taking a picture of you and going to send you a ticket.
Get back inside now. And so that is what those nations are doing, and that is text or what is going on in Russia. They shut down in January.
Could you imagine in the South
that
happening? By the way, you know how many of those drones would be shot down?
They shut down the border to China in January. They also began testing in January for a very real threat. So they treated it according to them, they treated it like it was serious, because it is serious. And they have, you said 600 confirmed cases, John?
600 confirmed cases in a population of 146 million people.
Texans have texted in on the First Bank text line. You can 267-129. Dr. House would tell you all you got is a bad cold. Stop wasting his damn time. Oh, that's one texter. Dr. Quincy. Who's Dr. Quincy? Do you know?
Quincy Jones?
No, Quincy Jones is not a doctor. He's not on TV.
He could be a doctor. Love doctor.
Another texter says, because you brought up the MLB odds, when you can gamble on when MLB season will get started. Texter says August 1st or sooner, they'll have to have at least 3 to 4 weeks of spring training. So let's say everything is good to go in July. You get your 3 weeks in, the season starts. A shortened season, a much shorter season starts in August. So maybe if it starts before August, that would mean that everything will be ready to go in June. So you can get mid-June, you get your 3-4 weeks of training camp in, and by late July, you're back up ready to roll. John, what did you think? When do you think it's going to come back?
Baseball?
Yeah.
I am going to pray, and just basically I'm going to be a wishful thinker, and I'm also looking at, I think that the boys in Vegas are very good. Even money for July 1, I kind of like that.
Okay. All right, there we go. You ready to have this argument, John?
Yeah, I'm going to
ready to get into it? Here we go. So what happened in the 750 segment? We spun our topic wheel for various topics, and the topic that the wheel landed on was animal fight. So here's what's going on. I'm going to let John, because I'm a gentleman, I'm going to let him go first. He can choose an animal, time of day, or a habitat. And then I will choose something, and then he will choose something that's left over, and I will choose the last thing.
Ooh, I get to tell. I'm gonna go habitat.
You're going habitat?
Yup.
All right, that's a good choice, because we did this.
I'm going to the Arctic Circle.
Arctic Circle. We did this in the hallway for a segment. Well, during one of the breaks, we talked about this, and John picked an animal, and I was like, great, I got
to pick a real live animal, right?
Yes, I'll put it in the ocean, and then, your animal's going to drown. So the habitat is a good pick there. I like that. So the Arctic Circle. So it's my choice. Arctic Circle. We're on land in the Arctic, or are we in the ocean?
Oh, yeah, we're on land.
Okay, because that threw me, because I was going to pick a whale or something like that. I will take a polar bear.
Man, you know that's what I wanted.
I do. What are you going to go?
This is tough now because you took mine. A Wolverine.
Oh, wow. You going to take a Wolverine?
At least a Wolverine is mean enough and can, get down there and just be maybe nasty enough to, nip at his feet, stay back enough and fast enough to get him maybe down somehow.
We're going to fight daytime. We're going to fight during the day, because I'm pretty sure polar bears sleep at night. I don't know how that works. I know do they hibernate? I don't even know if they hibernate. But all right, animal fight, John. Let me tell you why the polar bear is going to win. First things first, polar bears are huge. Do you understand me? I don't think we realize how big polar bears are. Seen some. I think the Memphis Zoo has some polar bears can be 990 pounds. That's nearly a ton, John Harden. A ton of animal fury. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How do you come up against something like that? And with the Wolverine, man, you can't outrun it. You can't outrun it. You can't, best case scenario, maybe you have more endurance than the polar bear, but even still, it's so big. It runs 25 miles per hour, John. It has a great sense of smell. Detects seals nearly a mile away. Wolverines, for those of you who don't know, are really mean, really violent-ass weasels. And
they're
they're
really mean. They're very, very mean. But
very mean.
The one thing I was going to say, the reason I picked Wolverine is they hunt in packs. So you don't get one of them. You get like 20
Wolverines don't
of
hunt
them.
in packs?
According to Wikipedia.
Wolverines are not pack hunters, I don't think.
Yeah, it says they are.
I thought they were too mean to be in packs. I know Wolverines, Michigan wanted to do the whole live animal thing, much like Memphis does with Tom Tiger and others.
Yeah, they're definitely, they hunt in packs because they attack bison, moose, goat, sheep, mule, deer, anything like that. But unfortunately, I don't see bear on there.
No. They couldn't have live Wolverines at the games because the Wolverines did not know how to chill out. This was like in the 1920s. They were trying to bring Wolverines.
The natural enemy to a Wolverine is the black bear.
And polar bears are like twice as big as black bears.
Yeah, I think I'm getting beat.
Oh yeah, you're definitely.
But I couldn't think of anything else.
A male polar bear, John, can get up to 1,500 pounds. That's a ton and a half. A ton and a half. And I don't know if you've seen their teeth. They got 42 of them. Just razor sharp, ready to fight, ready to pounce. Wolverines are mean. And they stink also because weasels are related to skunks and badgers and stuff like that. So Wolverines smell terrible. But coming up against a polar bear, Ursus maritimus, the scientific name for it, no, there's no way that a Wolverine
Would even a
can
grizzly
stand a
bear have a chance against a polar bear?
No, because polar bears are just huge. Huge. Your best bet may have been to try and go walrus in that situation. No, walruses have that
it's too
huge
cold.
tusk.
A lion couldn't handle it. A walrus, it's too fat. It'd be eaten up, man. They love.
I don't know.
It says polar bears love eating walruses.
You get the right male walrus though.
Can I use
one of
Wolverine,
the big ones?
the dude in y'all's like what is it, Marvels or whatever?
Oh, the X-Man. Walruses are 2 tons. You get you the right male walrus, we're fighting on land. I understand it'd be hard for the walrus to deal with the agility of the polar bear, but at 2 tons. With those huge tusks?
Just a big meal.
With the tusks, though? No, walruses can do some damage, man. A male walrus versus a male polar bear? That might work. That might have been the animal you should have went with in that situation, John.
You know what? I think I found one.
What?
The most dangerous frog in the world.
Oh, okay.
If it spits on you, you're dead.
What is it?
Pacific tree frog.
Okay. Now we're talking about something here.
But I don't think it can live in the winter because it just says, never mind, it can't. It's got to stay in warm areas. It's dead. I picked the dead gum Arctic. I'm dead.
Why would you pick that? You had first pick. Why would you pick Arctic?
Because I don't know, man. I didn't think you were going polar bear.
What else would I do?
For some reason, I
the
figured
polar
you
bear
like...
is the apex predator in that region. Why wouldn't I go that?
Reindeer I could see you taking.
Oh, a reindeer. Now, those are pretty big animals. It's just, gosh, and they're agile. Reindeer might have been good for you to take also. Also, the muskox. Have you seen one of those? The muskox.
I don't even know what that is.
Take a look at it. It is huge. It's got horns. It's got fur all over the place. It can be about a ton as well. Like, that one might be tough.
Oh, wow. That's
the one to go
with.
with.
That actually is what I'm going with because that would be a fight.
Yeah,
that thing would ram the bleep out that bear, and then the bear would have to bite it.
But calm down now. There's still a polar bear. Polar bears.
Oh,
are
I know,
pretty
but I'm just
agile.
saying this is going to be a fun fight. At least they're going to hurt each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
You know what?
Definitely.
This could be a double death.
You think so?
Yeah, because we're fighting in the Arctic.
Okay. The muskox. For those of you who don't know, think of like a bison, but with big old
on steroids,
goat horns. So like the rams, like a ram horn. They can do some fun stuff up there. They're up there in the Arctic as well, and they're about the size of a polar bear. I think that is the way to go with it.
got a video of a fight with a muskox.
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine that there's
Fighting
anything
another muskox, though.
Oh, yeah, they're going to run up and bash each other's brain.
Yeah, they just did. Like, dude, you talk about playing football, man. If you could get a head like this.
You'd be all right. You would be all right. It's about 5 feet off the ground. Pretty big. It's got here's the deal, though. Because there's so much fur, the polar bear would just be lunging at fur, not at the actual body. So the swipes from the big old polar bear paws and the bites from the polar bear might not actually land on the body and might do more to just hit the muskox's fur. That is where you should have went, John. That is where. Or I could even see like an Arctic snow owl.
It was kind of hard for me to go to something that I had never heard of before.
What? Why would you? You had the first pick. Why would you choose the Arctic?
Good point. Because I knew if I would have gone with like any animals I wanted to do, you were going to put me in the ocean.
You could have picked ocean. We could have had this pop off in the ocean.
Then I would have smoked you because I was going killer whale.
Oh, that's the one to go to. Killer whales are.
They eat everything. They eat great whites. When you eat great whites and
they're
other
like twice
whales.
the size of great whites also. And killer whales, here's the crazy thing about them. You know,
they hunt pack too.
Yes, they hunt in packs. And you know, they get up on land to hunt.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them go up there and pull up them seals and
grab
stuff
the seals
and come
and
back.
No.
But also, have you ever seen them when they get a whole thing? Like somebody videotaped it. I watched it on one of those crazy channels like History or Discovery or Science or whatever. I was really bored because we don't have any sports. So I was watching it, and then I couldn't watch it anymore because they were killing a poor nice little blue whale.
Oh, wow.
I don't like watching them eat each other.
Oh, yeah, killer whales are vicious. How much is a ton? Texas texted in and said a ton is 2,000 pounds. Am I wrong? I thought a ton was 1,000.
I think it's 2,000. Let me check.
Double check that for me. Either way it goes, that's a big-ass bear we're going up against. How much is it?
2,000 pounds.
2,000 pounds? What can I say? I flunked out of pharmacy school, folks. Snow leopard. Another texter texted in and said a snow leopard versus a polar bear would be fun. Huh.
By the way, if we're going to talk about
certainly
that,
more agile.
hold on. If we're talking anything, there's a show on Netflix, and it's like Tiger Hunter. It's got Joey Exotico. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Tiger King, I think is what it's called.
Oh, the documentary.
Let me tell you something. That's the
Have
most
you started
messed up.
watching it?
I pulled an all-nighter, bro.
I'm sorry. No disrespect. I didn't mean any disrespect for asking, John.
I watched every episode because I have never in my life seen anything like this. This is by far, you have to see it to believe it.
Well, listen, it's new, so don't spoil it for people. What's it called again?
It's called Tiger King.
Tiger King.
Murder, Mayhem, and Madness.
On Netflix?
On Netflix.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you right now, it might start off a little slow or whatever, but just trust me, keep watching. You will get so stuck in this and you won't even believe it. And every person looks bad. Every person in this documentary looks bad.
Have you seen Don't F with Cats?
Heck no. I don't even like cats.
Watch
I
that.
I don't
Watch that.
dislike cats, but I'm a dog, dude.
Watch it.
Why? Because they are they messing with you?
Eli put me up on that, maybe about a month ago. It was like, hey, you got to watch Don't Mess with Cats. It's like, okay, I'll sit down and watch it. And
like
my
kitty
God,
cats or like tigers?
John, I don't want to tell you anything else. I just want you to go watch it. My God, the thrill ride that was. I was on the edge of my seat. And just when I thought it couldn't get any crazier, any weirder, it absolutely got crazy and weirder. And I think Tiger King is something similar to that, where it's stuff you legit wouldn't think about and legit wouldn't believe.
By the way, just so you know, I'm not going to name all these people, but imagine somebody who would murder their husband for $20 million to save cats. Another person who would basically use cats.
Oh, John, wait, you're giving too
no,
much
no,
away.
I'm not giving hardly anything
Okay,
away.
all right.
Another person who is into cats who believes that who has a harem, like literally a harem.
John, you're giving
and
too much
thinks
away.
he's
Okay, stop. I'm going to watch. We're going to watch, John. Everybody, homework assignment. Watch episode 1.
Please, I want to talk about this. Tiger King.
Tiger King. We're going to watch episode 1 as a show. We're going to finish. How many episodes is it, John?
Just watch 3 of them because I can't.
How many
Joe
episodes?
Exotic.
How many episodes is it?
Man, it took me about 5 hours, 6 hours.
So it's about 6 episodes?
Maybe.
So, okay, we're going to watch 2 episodes tonight. We're going to do it by twos, and then we're going to have our Tiger King report. We're going to do that every show until we finish it together. So Friday, we should have it finished, and we'll talk about that on the show. Tiger King, John Harden assignment. We got to take a break. Don't you dare touch that towel. We got more of your texts to get to, and we're going to talk some about Deshaun Watson. So don't you dare touch that down, man. You're listening to Real Sports Talk. Well, you're listening to Sports 56 in the mornings with Peter and CJ right here on Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Sports Time on Sports 56 with Wallow and Stats. Weekday afternoons from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
I'm Dr. George Flynn with Flynn Broadcasting Company. The coronavirus situation is causing a lot of cancellation of events, schools, concerts, sporting events, and all kind of social gatherings. It's called social distancing. But you do not have to be distant mentally from everyone in the community because Flynn Broadcasting is with you. We love you. We want to make sure that you are connected and protected from the coronavirus. So keep listening to this Flynn Broadcasting station. We'll keep you informed, we'll keep you in touch, and we'll keep you connected to your friends. So as soon as this situation is over, we can go back to our normal living. I'm Dr. George Flynn with Flynn Broadcasting Company saying we love our community, we love you as individuals, and we are committed to your well-being.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
There can never be what she was to me. She's gone. She's gone. I better learn how to face it. She's gone. She's gone. I pay the devil to replace her. And she's gone.
Yeah, this is soft rock. I think we got it. I think we got to have it figured out now.
I knew I could never go wrong with Hall & Oates.
Hall & Oates, yes. Hall & Oates is soft rock. Welcome back in, everybody. Welcome back in to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ. You can text into the show. We want to hear from you. You can also call the show, 360-8255 on the First Bank text line. 360-8255 on the First Bank phone line to call in, 67129 on the First Bank text line to text in. A bunch of texters have been correcting me on the ton thing. A ton is 2,000 pounds, CJ. My fault. I apologize. Why we don't just do everything in metric, I don't know. I can convert metric. That's easy. That's my tens. I have no clue how many pounds are in a ton. No clue how many ounces are in. Is it 16 ounces in a pound?
Man, ounces? You see, you really don't smoke weed, do you?
No, John.
Like, you really don't know?
I really don't. How many
so
ounces?
If you bought a cutie, it's 28 grams. 1 ounce. Now, what are you asking? 16 ounces? And
I'm trying to, how many grams in a pound?
There's 16, how many grams?
Grams in a pound.
Oh my gosh, in an ounce there's 28, and there's so I got to do 28 times 16. Hold on.
Oh, okay. See, like I didn't know we had to do all of that. Just make it simple. Metric system, people, please. I apologize about my lack of knowledge about how much a ton actually is. Another texter texted in. We were talking, having our animal fight segment. John, for some reason, picked Wolverine after I picked Polar Bear, even though muskox was out there, even though walrus was out there, and that is a walrus is an actual ton. A walrus is 2,000 pounds. But he went with Wolverine, and I think it's been established that the Wolverine would fall at the feet of at the paw of my overwhelming polar bear. Texter texted in.
448 grams is how many grams are in a pound.
Good Lord. That's such
but
a weird...
it's 28 grams per ounce, 16 ounces in a pound. Or 32 halves.
That's so random. Those numbers are so arbitrary. My God.
You never heard of like so a quapper is 4 ounces?
No.
An elbow is a pound?
I'm unfamiliar with quapper and elbow units of measurements, John. Believe it or not.
Well, I'm educating the world.
You are educating. You're at least educating me. Texter texted in. Komodo dragon versus polar bear in the Arctic.
Komodo dragon is dead because don't they fall out once it gets below like 40 degrees?
If the Komodo dragon is able to land a bite, though, because that's the weird thing about their mouths are so nasty and full of bacteria that's how they hunt. They bite you once and then let you run away and wait for you to die a slow, painful death because they're going to infect you. So, yes, while it is, there is no time limit on this thing. If the Komodo dragon lands a bite...
I'm about to tell you something crazy about a Komodo.
I think Komodo dragon can get a polar bear in the Arctic, even in the Arctic.
Bro, no. It has to be in 95 degrees. Like, once it gets below 50 degrees, those junks start falling. Like, they're, like, frozen.
Are they?
Yeah, they cold-blooded.
You think they can get one bite? Like, that's all he would need, or she would need. All she would need is one bite. How big is a Komodo dragon? They got to be I think they're about the size of polar bears.
No, they're not that big now. I mean, I'll find out.
I think they are. Like, Komodo dragons are some big-ass lizards. If they can get one bite, if she could get one bite on this polar bear, that's all it would take. Game over.
Problem is, though, you can't get a cold-blooded animal in the Arctic Circle and even close to that bad boy. Like, they don't leave the equator.
No, they don't. They don't do that. But again, all it is just one. Nope, nowhere near the size of a polar bear. 200 pounds.
That's still a big lizard.
That's a big-ass lizard running down the street at you.
You ever seen, like, this dude, there's a picture of a little bitty small lizard, and the dude, like, gets high, and then he, like, moves the small lizard, and he puts a big kimono dragon out, and he, like, comes up from his bong rip, and he, like, there's a huge lizard there, and he freaks out. It was like a magic show. I watched it on, it was so funny.
How many of your stories involve being high, John?
I mean... Dude, David Chappelle made a whole lifetime, Leave me alone.
We got more to get to. Deshaun Watson sends out cryptic tweets. The Patriots letting go of their all-time leading scorer. All of that plus so much more. I can't stand John Harden, everybody. You're listening to Sports 56 Mornings right here on Real Sports Talk. 560 AM, 87.7 FM, and 96.1 FM.
Here's a message for all the doubters out there. It turns out you're right. Southland isn't like the other casinos. Sure, Southland has craps tables that are 14 feet long and live blackjack tables with real dealers. But in other ways, they come up short, like that shorter drive and the shorter time to earn rewards. But you don't care about getting more for less, do you? Southland Casino Racing. Surprise yourself. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, sports fans, you already know about the great steaks at the Butcher Shop Steakhouse. A Memphis tradition since 1981. They specialize in hand-cut aged beef right over that hickory charcoal. But did you know the Butcher Shop also has great seafood items? From fresh Atlantic salmon with dill sauce pan-seared red snapper with sautéed shrimp and Cajun cream sauce, Canadian cold water lobster tails, crab stuffed shrimp, homemade lump crab cakes, and a whole lot more. Oh, and don't forget the Fresh Burger Fridays for only $8.95. Come in, enjoy a fantastic dinner at the Butcher Shop. You call the Butcher Shop at 901-757-4244, or you can visit the website at butchershop.com.
From now until March 29th, the Butcher Shop is offering curbside to-go orders and giving 10% off for all guests who use this service. The Butcher Shop, 107 South Germantown Parkway in Cordova, 901-757-4244.
Upgrade your commute at Acura of Memphis. Seize the thrill and test drive one of our award-winning models, each packed with cutting-edge technology, luxurious amenities, and a driving experience that's sure to awaken your inner self. Driving shouldn't be a chore, it should be an adventure. Advance your drive today, shop our aggressive lease and finance options now, luxury is waiting at Acura of Memphis, or shop online 24/7, visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
I'm Dr. George Flynn with the Skin Clinics. In order to do our part to flatten the curve of the spread of the coronavirus, the Skin Clinics is postponing all elective procedures until further notice. This is an unprecedented time in the United States and in the world. The news and data are changing by the hour. We at the Skin Clinics are following the situation closely, and we will once again be scheduling procedures when we're confident we can do so with your safety in mind. Remember to wash your hands, and as our staff has been telling you for a long time, stop touching your face. Thank you for your continued trust, and when we begin to schedule procedures again, we will have extended hours for your convenience. I'm Dr. George Flynn saying, please take care of yourself, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also keep up to date with everything going on by keeping up with Sports 56 on social media. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch for information on breaking news, chances to win prizes, and video of all the shows. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Stay in touch with Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 on social media. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Welcome back.
It's definitely soft rock, right?
I don't know.
They're using a guitar.
I think so. I think it is.
Dude looks straight up like he could be in Poison, but
it's
he
Poison.
sings like very
Poison's not
soft.
a soft rock group, though, are they?
Oh,
Aren't
are
they
they?
a rock group?
They're a rock group, I think.
Yeah. I think soft rock is something else entirely. Welcome
Bret
back.
Michaels was in Poison, right?
Come on, man.
Which one was he in?
I don't know.
You saw Rock of Love.
I did see Rock of Love, but that's all I know about Bret Michaels. That is it.
Well, that's more Bret Michaels than I saw.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ. No Peter again today as we continue to be mindful and try and practice social distancing. Got John with us all week. Thank you so much, Johnny. I appreciate you hopping in here.
Hey, and by the way, since I'm in here, I also wanted to say thank you to somebody, and that's my good friend Daniel Gatlin. If you actually know him, it's Chad Gatlin. By the way, he wanted me to tell everybody, I know COVID-19 is serious, but he's out there for his people. He is Farmers Insurance. You go to memphisfarmers.com. You can get a fast, easy quote online. You don't have to go into his office, but if you need to go into his office, he'll be there for you. If you want to talk to him, 901-235-1176. That's 901-235-1176. That's my good buddy Chad Gatlin at memphisfarmers.com. memphisfarmers.com.
Although Peter is not here in studio, he is here in all of our hearts and all of our spirits. Peter and Omari got together and came up with some of the 10 best moments from the Grizzlies season. That article is up on the Athletic website, so definitely go check that out. And it got me to thinking about some of my favorite moments from this Grizzlies season so far. Hopefully, so far. Of course, where would we be without that? Let's start with Ja Morant and the game against was it the Nets? The game, yeah, it was Nets. It was Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets, where it's third game of the season, and it's looking like the Grizzlies are going to lose that game. And Ja Morant just goes out there in the fourth quarter and does things that were, harbingers of things to come for the Grizzlies as a team and as a franchise. Didn't realize the rookie had that in him. Keep in mind, Ja Morant, this is his third game. The first game Ja Morant played against the Miami Heat, he looked like a rookie. He looked out of place. He looked like the game was too fast for him. Winslow is out there. Justice is out there flexing on him after doing them in the post, on the block, getting to the rim. And so it is okay. It's going to be this type of season for the Grizzlies. And then that happens. And Ja Morant takes over in the fourth quarter. He ends the game with 30 points on 13 of 22 shooting. And the Grizzlies win the game. And the things that stood out about it, especially down the stretch, he got the assist to Jay Crowder to send the game into overtime, which was amazing. That play was so much fun to watch unfold. The block on Kyrie Irving, that sent chills down my spine.
And going toe-to-toe with him and dropping 30 and blocking him.
Yes.
Dude, I'm sorry, I thought he outplayed him that night. That was the third game of the season, by the way, just so you know. I felt like Ja was a star, like almost off the bat. After he goes toe-to-toe with Kyrie, I was like, damn, this kid's really balling.
But we hadn't seen him do that yet. Because, again, we had only seen him 2 games. And for most of that game, it was, okay, he's got some skill, he's nice.
Yeah, but on December 20th, when he posterized Kevin Love, that was when everybody and their grandmother thought Ja Morant killed him, including Kevin Love when he tweeted out, Ja almost killed me tonight.
He missed that dunk also. Ja Morant's missed dunks over Kevin Love and Anthony Davis are things that some players can't get on their made dunks. But back on that game, third game of the season, he blocks Kyrie Irving. And in that game, they were picking on Ja Morant. They were trying to get Kyrie the ball so Kyrie could go to work on Ja Morant. And Ja Morant in that moment stepped up. And then in overtime, Ja Morant found Jay Crowder again. The assist again to win the game. That was so much fun. So that's got to be up there. Also up there for me. And John, I want to get your thoughts about some of your favorite games. And Texas, you guys text in as well. 67129 on the First Bank text line. Or give us a call, 360-8255. Favorite moments from the Grizzlies season, hopefully, so far. Brandon Clark against Portland. That was so much fun. Portland had no answer. And for those of you who may have forgotten about where things stand as far as the playoff race goes, and at the time, the way the playoff race was going, the Grizzlies were I do believe they had just gotten to the 8th seed. And so this was a big-time game for Portland, a team who was trying to claw their way back into postseason, into postseason contention. And they had absolutely no answer for Brandon Clark, who was just dunking the ball all game long. Lobs he was getting. He was in the paint. We know how efficient Brandon Clark is in the paint. That was also the game where Ja Morant is going full speed downhill and breaks somebody's ankle, finds a way to stay on his feet. It's just like, whoa, this guy is not only super fast, super quick, but he is agile also. And Brandon Clark is out there. He ended that game with 27 points. The Grizzlies really took it to the Trailblazers. They were trying to guard Brandon Clark with, I don't know, like Carmelo Anthony. Like you can't do that. Brandon Clark is much too athletic for that. And just watching him go to work and all the things he was able to do, that is another moment or another game that I would think would be up there for most Grizzlies fans as far as good moments or fun moments, great moments from the Grizzlies so far, hopefully this season. What do you got, John?
This isn't one I don't think anybody's. I'm trying to go with ones people don't just necessarily remember, like game winners or something like that.
Yeah.
But do you remember earlier in the season? It was early December. They're playing the Warriors. The Warriors stink. You know, the Steph's down out there. But he did a Steph Curry-style dribble that faked out the entire Warrior
Ja Morant did?
Yeah, Ja. And he literally jukes all 5 dudes lost their jock on that bad boy. Warriors were looking so funny. And then he just finishes with a beautiful teardrop. And that was when I was like, dude, when you're playing the Warriors and you look Steph Curry-esque, yeah, I like it.
That's the thing with Ja Morant. His ability to finish in a variety of different ways.
Yeah, because he can dunk it on your face. He can shoot it from outside. He can go past you. He makes great passes. He's got court vision. I mean, he's got these crazy posterizing dunks. He's got these unbelievable passes that you see, and you're like, how the hell did he do that? And people are getting unbelievable lobs. But again, a lot of people don't have every bit of their game, but he's got the handles, he's got the shot, he's got the vision, and when he takes somebody out, he knows how to finish from anywhere.
And that's the finishing part catches me off guard still, because you're used to people having. Think about how long it took to get Mike Conley to be a consistent finisher with his right hand. Think about that. It takes a while for those things to happen. And Ja Morant, like you said, can go over you. He can at the rim. We're only talking about Ja at the rim. He can go over you. He stopped with that dipsy doodle, but he still has that in there. He can go with the floater. He finishes well with both his left hand and his right hand. He can do so much at the rim. He's so athletic with so much hang time. That's the other thing. He gets up so high and he just kind of sort of hangs in the air. And he makes that, Peter's big on this, he makes that pass at the last possible moment because he is simply hanging in the air. But he can also finish that way. You just don't know what he's going to do at the rim. And that's just him at the rim. Him at the rim as a finisher. Not him at the rim as a passer. Not him at the rim as a facilitator. Him at the rim as a finisher, as a scorer. The Grizzlies, he put it all on display against the Lakers here recently. Remember, the Grizzlies are on that terrible skid out of the All-Star break, had lost like 5
put them on their
straight.
back, and he said, hey, Lakers, what's up? And by the way, it was so weird because on Friday night, they just that was the game I thought they were going to win. I think they were playing the Kings.
They were playing Kings Friday
night. And then
night.
they played the Lakers on Saturday, and I thought it was going to be a total role reverse. But he came out and balled out on and beat the tar out of LeBron James. But then I just got to also kind of piggyback off this. That was a great weekend because I watched that game, with the Grizzlies and the Lakers, and then the next night was the Zion LeBron game, which was flat out dope. That was a good weekend.
Yeah, very good weekend.
God, I miss sports.
I'm sure I'm leaving off a game. One of the Dylan Brooks games, it was a New Orleans game. He went for 31, and they ended up losing. And after the game,
that's why. Yeah, I remember.
After the game, that broke the undefeated streak when he scored more than 20.
Also, after the game when he said he didn't care about his numbers, he cares about just winning.
No, I don't care at all about that. That's
no, I'm talking about that's what he said. Wasn't that after the game when he said that?
He said yes. He said that, but I don't. The thing I care about that he said was, hey, I scored 30. So I'm still undefeated when I scored 20 points. I just got to stay between 20. Like that. That's the type of stuff that's funny to me. Even though it's a loss. But yeah, I'm trying to think of some other games. Do you have another game? One of these Jonas games, the Phoenix game, where Jonas goes off on the road, goes off for 30 points, and is just gobbling those dudes up in the post. That was a fun game to watch. Text in 67129 some of your favorite Grizzlies games from the season so far.
And by the way,
I'm sure we're missing some.
While people are texting 67129, I just wanted to also make sure that everybody know. I guess you know it is official because we've kind of been mentioning it, but we did have a text a minute ago. The 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games will be postponed due to the coronavirus until 2021. That, according to the International Olympic Committee, not just people leaving, not just nations saying that they won't go, but the IOC has said Dick Pound, Christine Brennan, they've all come out and basically said, we are going to try and get this bad boy back in 2021, but they have a lot of dead gum work to do.
Yeah, Dick Pound made that announcement yesterday to various media outlets that the IOC was deciding to postpone the Olympics. And that came a day, maybe 2 days after the IOC said, hey, we're going to give it 4 weeks and then we'll see where we are. And so it was announced about 8 o'clock
But, like,
today.
once Canada, I was going to say, but once Canada pulled out, like, they were the first country to pull out, I believe.
Canada pulled out. USA Track and USA Swimming sent letters Monday urging the IOC to make changes and to seriously consider postponement. Then Team USA got behind Team USA Swimming and Track. So all of the USA was trying to get the IOC to postpone it. Australia said they weren't going to go. Other nations were stepping in. Individual athletes were stepping in saying, hey, even if it goes on, we're not going to go. And how can you have, we talked about this, man, how can you have the Olympics without the requisite training and the requisite
Ask Reebok when they did the Dan and Dave.
Like, you've got to have the Olympic trials to know who goes to the Olympics. That's very important. And we're not allowed to do those things. Hell, you can't even break into a high school football field and run through routes. Ask Jake Fromm.
Yeah, ask Fromm.
Let alone put on a full-on Olympic trial event for track and field. So if you can't do those things and it's thrown off training, you got to take a serious look, and they should be postponing the Olympics because of that. And here's my thing. If you extend the thought out further, and we're big fans and big proponents of thinking all the way through particular situations, this is a late July, early August event, a mid to late July, early August event. And they are saying, no, we know we're going to have to postpone it. If you are a fan of NBA, NHL, MLB, what might that mean for the sport that you like? Can you come back?
Well, NBA done.
Like, you can't come back, I don't think. And then because you got to come back with some, they will have been out. If best case scenario, John, July. You still have to have some form of a training camp because people have been off since March. And not only off, but off and unable to work out. You brought up the basketball player who had to leave New York City and go to upstate New York. The one, clear his head. And
yeah, because he was so scared of being in New York, and he had to find a gym to do a little running.
To do something. That means March, April. That means April, May, June. That's 3 months. 3.5 months of no real basketball activity. Yeah, you got to go through a training camp. So that puts you 3 weeks of training camp, puts you into late July, early August, and then what? Football. We talked about this. Football. What does that mean for football? College, professional, high school, all football. Training camps start. First off, we're already missing spring camps. Already. That means new coaches like Silverfield at Memphis and like Lane Kiffin and I don't know why I'm blanking on these
all of Mississippi,
Mike Leach.
I'm everything. Mississippi State, Ole Miss, like the entire state of Mississippi has, is behind the 8 ball. Arkansas, there are so many programs. It's amazing. It's amazing to me.
So they're already behind the 8 ball that way. Sam Pittman at Arkansas just got there. He's already behind the 8 ball because he's new, and now they don't have a spring training camp. Like, they don't have spring practices going on.
Being behind the 8 ball is horrible, and we've talked about how in certain aspects this is hurting certain athletes. Like, I think Tua is getting injured because of the coronavirus. I think he could actually fall on draft day because he's not going to be able to work out for teams, and they can't necessarily see how healthy he is. I think that possibly, I'm not saying it will, I'm saying it possibly could hurt him. So there's all kinds of things. The Astros, March 26th, this Thursday. When opening day happened, we were going to see a bunch of Astros from now till middle of summer getting beamed. That's not going to happen. But now I want to ask you about a simple one person, and I want you to tell me, is he being hurt by the coronavirus, or is he being hurt because of just last season is 30 for 30? Jameis Winston, does he get picked up by a team? If so, where does he play? And believe it or not, there are odds that have just come out, and I got them for Jameis Winston and where he plays next year.
Okay. So, not just spring, though. Like, fall camps are now in jeopardy. Late summer camps are now in jeopardy. And with that being the case, it's one thing to get Jameis Winston in and know you got a training camp. And know, because Jameis, 4 of those years, Jameis was throwing a respectable number of interceptions. Jameis was 16, 18 interceptions, 14 interceptions 1 year. That last year, that 30 interception season, is because it's most recent, is what we think about when we think about Jameis Winston. But the first 3-4 years, the interceptions
121 touchdowns in his career, 88 interceptions.
You would want that guy, and you would say, hey, with a camp in place, I think we can get something good out of him. The issue, though, is how much of a camp are you going to get? I still think one of the best options, not one of, but the best options for Jameis is, we talked about it some yesterday, is to go be a backup somewhere.
Man, I'm telling you right now.
Get his Teddy Bridgewater, get his Ryan Tannehill on, and then get the money.
But I'm thinking about this. I'm going to tell you something. I think there's somebody out there that he might be able to go beat.
Go.
Gardner Minshew.
Jacksonville?
Go to Jacksonville, Holmes. Plus, I can get plus 220, so go to Jacksonville. I like those odds.
If you are Bill Belichick, though, if you are...
Ooh, I kind of like that.
What's my man's name out in L.A.? Coach Lynn.
McVay?
No.
Which one are you talking about? Anthony Lynn?
Yeah, Coach Lynn. And you're looking around, it's not a whole lot of quarterback options out there for you to win right now.
I'm telling you, I think they got you know what, for my man Justin Herbert. Everything I'm hearing, they're in love with him.
Okay, Justin Herbert's not going to win you anything right now, though.
I don't think they give a damn.
I get it.
When do they care about winning? You know what, though? I got to ask you something. Somebody said something that made sense.
Good enough receivers to win right now.
Joe Flacco, would he make sense in New England?
No, I don't think Joe Flacco's any good.
I mean, I hear you. I don't either. But
no,
that's the only one team right now that literally just throws quick routes. Man stayed in the pocket and was not moving. Joe Flacco can't move. He can throw quick routes and he can still throw the deep ball. I mean, I was just wondering. I can't think of anywhere Joe Flacco goes. I think Jameis Winston can go some places, but I don't know who in the hell's going to pick up Joe.
Because Joe Flacco seems, from what you're saying and what others are saying about him to me, and maybe I'm wrong. Granted, not a quarterback whisperer. I don't like quarterbacks. They get on my nerves. The way we value them really bothers me. But from what I've seen in Joe Flacco and what I understand about Joe Flacco's game, John, you correct me if I'm wrong, he seems like a worse version of Jameis.
Well, no, because you got to really, I mean, he threw 65% completion percentage.
Okay.
You know, Jameis Winston's, always around 60, 61, 62.
Okay, so he's certainly more accurate.
He also had, only 5 interceptions. Now threw a lot less balls. But, again, I'm not going to sit there and say right now at his age, he's going to be 35. He's not Jameis Winston. I think Jameis Winston at the where they're at in their career.
Flacco's 35?
Flacco that's what I'm saying. He's an old damn man, dude. 2008 when he was a rookie in Baltimore. That's what I'm saying. This dude's been around and around. And in fact, I think what was the Super Bowl year? God, that was so long ago. What year was that?
Was it 16?
2011, maybe.
11. Oh, wow.
I can't remember. I got to look it up. But it was a while back. Is basically what I'm trying to say. So. In fact, now I want to look it up.
Go ahead and look
Joe
it up.
Flacco, look it up.
I wonder what's going to happen, though, up in New England, who, in case you missed it, yesterday decided they were going to release their all-time leading scorer in Stephen Gostkowski.
See ya, Steven. That sucks for Memphis fans.
Gostkowski.
God, he's gone.
With a pretty impressive career. 36 years old. He's out. Nobody outside of Tom Brady, nobody else has more Super Bowl appearances in their career than him. With his 6, he's second all-time in playoff scoring behind Vinatieri. He is 4th behind Tom Brady, Adam Vinatieri, and Jerry Rice, who have played in more playoff games in their career. Brady's played in 41, Vinatieri 32, Jerry Rice 29, Gostkowski 28. Like, that's a pretty impressive career, and it's somebody will pick him up. He just didn't look the same this year, and he had to deal with that injury. So it's definitely a changing of the guard in New England. Quarterbacks that make sense for the Patriots, I think Jameis definitely does. And then that list kind of goes off a cliff. I mean, Andy Dalton what the Bengals might be willing to part ways, what you might be willing to give up for a quarterback like Andy Dalton. It wouldn't be so much. It wouldn't be too much. You could give up. We saw Washington for what we all think is a backup in Allen, give up a 5th rounder for him. I think you could possibly get Andy Dalton for something similar to that, and he would come in and be your starter. I know that people say that Stidham, there's some confidence in Stidham, but the Patriots recently went out and got Brian Hoyer. To be
they got Cody Kessler in there,
Kessler
Brian Hoyer.
also.
You want 2 veterans that maybe help Stidham to see. I think they're going to give him an opportunity, but again, we got the draft, we got
I don't
free
think
agency.
Stidham is it though. I don't think they like
We
Stidham
don't know.
like that.
I don't know, man, because they're talking really good. I mean, yesterday, if you watch it, they were talking him up, and all the players were tweeting about how great he was in practice, and Bill Belichick would put a bunch of hard things on him and try to trick him, and Stidham was figuring. I mean, they were kissing some serious Stidham butt yesterday.
I don't understand why though. Like, we saw Stidham in action last year. Remember? They were beating the hell out of the Jets, and Belichick put Stidham in there just to, in the game. And Stidham throws that pick 6 with a minute left and gets immediately yanked out of the game, and Tom Brady goes back out there. Patriots up like 30-something to 7, and they went right back to Brady after Stidham threw that pick 6. I don't know, man.
That was the 3rd game of his rookie year, and it was his damn 2nd pass. I'm just saying. What's his name threw an interception on the first pass of his career, and it was a return for a touchdown. Had a pretty damn good career, and I can't remember who it was. I think it was Brett Favre.
Was it Favre?
Favre had a completion to himself.
I know Jameis's first pass was a pick 6.
Was it Jameis? Yeah, maybe it was. Favre, I think, completed the first pass to himself. Let me look it up.
All right, check on that. I just don't know. I think the Patriots are still in the market, and I know that it hurt losing Jimmy G. But over in Indianapolis, they've got another guy who was in that quarterback room, in Jacoby. I wonder if the Patriots would be interested in bringing that in also.
Yes, first pass, bounced off the line. Dude got
Brett
knocked
Favre's
up the air.
first pass was a completion to himself?
And he ended up catching and then get tackled. So his first pass was to himself. I was right. I remember that. I don't know how.
Oh, my gosh.
That's so funny.
We got more to get to. We're going to talk something about Deshaun Watson. Speaking of quarterbacks and the Patriots, Deshaun Watson may not be pleased at all about what's going on in Houston. And can you blame him?
No, I can't, but I can blame one person. If you're out there and you haven't gotten rid of your home and you're upset and you need to sell now, all you have to do is call 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. That's 901-406-1101. Any house, any area, as is. If you're tired of renters, if the COVID-19's got you all messed up in the head and you're just ready to sell and move, 901-406-1101. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. That's 901-406-1101. Give him a call. I promise you. You can thank me later.
We'll be right back right here on Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ on Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 96.1 FM, or 87.7 FM.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test driven, checked out from head to toe. Unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. Their newly renovated drive-in repair shop is open to the public. Whether it'll be your everyday driver, farm equipment, fleet vehicle, or heavy-duty truck, their ASE-certified technicians will get you back on the road. The on-site dyno is ready to run all the necessary diagnostic testing. From preventative maintenance to complete overhauls, Mid-South Power can handle it all. Stop in today at 3288 Mill Branch Road or call 901-396-0710 and online at mid-southpower.com.
Make your day smoking with the Big Green Egg. You can smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic never rusts, and the easy, accurate temperature control gives you the greatest range of any grill. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Available at these nearby locations: Hamilton Fireplace Shop, 4462 Summer Avenue; Germantown Hardware Company, 2083 South Germantown Road; Garden Spas and Pool, 9393 Poplar Avenue; and East Memphis Ace Hardware, 5143 Quince Road.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Could it take a little time to think it's over?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is soft rock. I like this.
Chicks dig it.
Better read between the lines.
I dig it.
I actually used to, never mind.
You used to do what?
This is one of those songs that you would play on the way home.
From where?
From way back when I was like young, 16 or 17.
But on your way home from where?
From a date.
Oh, okay. That's
Gotta
what's up.
set the mood, man.
Oh, okay. This is definitely a mood setter.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Welcome back into Sports 56 Mornings. CJ and John got you. Midday's coming up next with Eli and Gabe. I'm sure they've got a lot of fun things to discuss with all of you. Deshaun Watson, oh boy, not already, and can't blame him, but is letting it be known via the way we always let people know, Twitter, social media, that something is wrong, something is foul. Everything doesn't feel right with the Houston Texans. Deshaun sent this tweet out yesterday morning, right after the show. I don't know how I'm gonna make it out. I don't know how I'm gonna make it out of here clean. Can't even keep track of who plays for the other team. Iconic duos rip and split at the seams.
Dude, that's like, is that a limerick or something?
That's got to be from like somebody's rap song. Is my guess. If I'm a gambling man, that is certainly from a song. Which song I can't think, but we get it. Deshaun Watson looks up and one of the most dynamic receivers in the NFL right now. If you said, "Hey, name five of the top receivers in the NFL today," like the homie, what's his? Why am I blanking? DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins' name is going to come up. If you were to say, "Hey, name the best receiver in the NFL," and somebody were to say DeAndre Hopkins, you might disagree. You might argue with them, but you're not going to.
Best hands and probably one of the best, strongest, like at 50-50 balls. That dude is going to, like, he's going to out, he beats the cornerbacks in 50-50 balls.
You're not going to look at that person like they're crazy for
Plus, he's going to be 27 next year. He's supposed to be his peak year.
You're not going to look at that person crazy for saying, DeAndre Hopkins is the best receiver. Like, that may very well be true and may very well be the case. And they sent him over to Arizona for a 2 and a running back that we're not sure if he still has it, if he's still going to be a serviceable back, a back that you can count on down in, down out, game in, game out. I would definitely be frustrated if I'm Deshaun Watson. I would certainly be looking around and asking myself, hey, what is going on here? Would I be quoting Drake? That song is from those lyrics.
Oh, that's from Degrassi?
That's from Drake. Would I be quoting Drake? No.
Is Drake from Degrassi?
Yes, he is. He is from Degrassi. Would I be quoting
Can we not call him Drake and just call him Degrassi?
You call him what you want to.
Poser, loser.
Don't call him those
Front
things.
runner?
He's definitely a front runner. But if you're sitting courtside, you're not a poser or a loser. Like, you got it. You win.
Dude, he just got lucky. He was on Degrassi, and somebody now, like, we like play music where we make people who can't even sing. Come on, dude. Wouldn't you watch the Tiger String? Not really.
Okay. You are a Drake hater. I didn't know that this much hate was coming from you about Drake.
Not a fan of Drake at all.
He's got some good songs, John.
I think he's the biggest phony in Hollywood and rap music and play basically in the entertainment industry. He's the biggest faker.
Teams. You're mad because he switches teams.
No, he switches teams. He's a front runner. He always wants to be on TV. He's in love with Rihanna. He's in love with this person. His music is a lot of it's annoying to me. He always has to, like, Kobe Bryant dies. You are not a Laker fan. You don't have to, like, tweet out an Instagram about how you just did that indoor court in your house, in your mansion, and you put 24 and 8 in your court. Like, front runner, poser, phoniest. He's a loser. He wouldn't be in Hollywood if I was out there. I'd pimp slap him.
Drake a big dude.
By the way, I don't give a damn. I'll slap him down.
All this because the man switches teams.
All because he was a little kid actor. Like, he makes, like, Hannah Montana and Drake. What's the difference? Miley Cyrus.
A wheelchair?
No, I was going to say Miley Cyrus and Drake. And realistically, come on, dude. They're basically the same, except for one now lost her mind and does weird music, and the other one's does rap and hits on hot girls that don't like him.
Yeah, I see that.
Again, the Kobe Bryant was the thing that tipped it over. Like, look, when Kobe dies, the last thing I needed to do was Drake trending on Twitter because he's putting an 8 and 24 in his mansion to honor Kobe. Shut up, front runner.
What do you got against front runners, man?
Man, if you got a team, stick with your damn team.
Why? Why, though? This is
so
what I
were
don't
you a
get.
Patriots fan the last 20 years?
If I was to be a fan of a team, I would absolutely have been a Patriots fan, and then I would be looking for a new team.
So were you a Golden State Warriors fan like the last 4 years?
If I was a fan, I can't be a pro sports fan. I just can't be.
Okay, college. We'll talk college.
No.
Wait, who do you even like in college? Oh, Michigan.
No, leave it alone.
So if Ohio State...
Stop it.
See, you stick with your team, Michigan, and that's what I respect about you.
Quit it.
Even though y'all can't beat Ohio State to save your life.
Shut up. You stop it, John Harden. If we could cover a damn crossing pattern, we'd have one. Good God. But, like, everybody has their product of choice. For some, it might be Coke. For others, it might be Pepsi. If you're drinking Coke, though, and you notice that it's always flat, you're going to switch.
Drake is Pepsi of rap.
You're going to switch, though.
No, Drake is Tab. That was like from the 80s. You don't even remember Tab,
No,
do you?
I don't. You're going to switch. The point is you're going to switch. If you're a fan of a product and that product is bad, you switch. You don't have to continue to cheer for that product. God bless Peter. Bless his heart. He's been a fan of Washington for so long.
Drake was an ugly kid, too, by the way.
Why are you talking about this man's baby pictures?
No, I'm talking about him in Degrassi. He was, I mean, like, dude.
You can switch. It's okay. You don't have to put up with that type of abuse. You don't have to be
Plus, he's
Atlanta
Canadian,
Falcons
isn't
fan.
he?
I think he's got dual citizenship. Isn't his dad from here?
He used to live in my building. That's another reason, but I'm not going to mention that one.
I was wondering.
Yeah, I knew his dad.
But back on the conversation we were having about Deshaun Watson. If you're him right now, you have to be scratching your head and wondering if this team has your best interest at heart. You have to be wondering whether or not this team has people in place at the top from a head coach, general manager, president standpoint. If they have the people at top who can make good enough decisions to pick quality athletes around you to make your job easier and make getting to a Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl realistically a feasible option. You have to be wondering those things. You do. So if I'm Deshaun Watson, I am absolutely looking around. And
All if I'm doing is saying, if I'm Deshaun Watson, you know what I really do? I just go to the owner and say, get rid of Bill O'Brien. He stinks. I don't care if he's from the Belichick tree. He stinks.
And that Belichick tree isn't really successful when you take a look back at what is going on and what is happening and happened to coaches who coached under Bill Belichick and their career trajectories.
Please tell me you remember, the offensive coordinator, the little dork.
McDaniels?
Sean McDaniels. Remember when he went to Denver? And
Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels. Remember when he went and got, with the first round pick, I'm getting
Tim
Tebow. And then like the very next year, they still won one playoff game. My man John Elway comes in and is like, I got to get rid of Tim Tebow, but the whole place loves him, so I'm going to bring in Peyton Manning so we can have a real quarterback.
I mean, think about that situation. Think about Charlie Weiss. Remember how much hype there was around
Charlie Weiss made so much money. Oh, my gosh.
And he was so bad.
What did he get, like $10 million from Notre Dame or something?
He got a lot from Notre Dame. I don't know how much. I know that contract was a lot. I hated to see him leave.
Man, genius.
Man, the genius. Look at what's going on right now.
What about Romeo Crennel?
What's going on right now over in Detroit?
Oh, that's
Matt Patricia.
Matt Patricia's proved 2 points. 2 things that Matt Patricia, anybody who liked to dress like a slob and think you could be in a position of power, 1, he is failing you because he does look like a slob everywhere he goes. And 2, if you're going to take over for a team that won 9 games, it shouldn't take you 2 years to match that coach's win total.
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, and by the way, his defense sucks. And what Darius Slay said, I would have already fired him.
I've seen.
If he really said that to Darius Slay, Ford family needs to get rid of Matt Patricia.
What did he say? I missed it.
I can't say it on air, but put it this way. Think of my man, if you were going to you wouldn't kiss Dick Pound, would you?
No.
The guy for
I don't think I kissed Dick Pound.
You wouldn't kiss Dick Pound. Well, he basically told
certainly not now coronavirus.
He was basically saying Matt Patricia told Mr. Slay that anyway, figure it out.
I can't. You're all over the place with this, John. How am I supposed to figure it out?
He told him in front of the whole team, he kept showing his best defensive player getting beat. I mean, and he has more pass breakups in the last 6 seasons than any other cornerback. So don't be calling out Darius Slay like that. And plus, he's your best defensive player. And then in the meeting, you call him back, and he said, "What? You weren't covering him? What are you blanking him?"
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
And if he said that in front of a meeting, like a man says that to another man, that usually causes a fight. So now I understand why Darius Slay has no respect for Matt Patricia.
And so that is another coach from that Belichick coaching tree that's not looking so hot. We keep going to get coaches from there, but they don't. Vrabel is from
Vrabel is the only one,
tree.
And he's not from the coaching tree because he didn't coach under Belichick.
Okay.
He just played for him. But right now you think about Weiss, Mangenius, McDaniels, O'Brien, damn it. Oh, and the dude who was just Matt Patricia. Those are 5 damn failures.
I think the book is still out on Flores down in Miami. He got there last year, so let's see with them what happens. But yeah, if your star quarterback says, "Hey, you guys got to do something," at least take GM responsibilities away from this guy, because he does not know player personnel and does not know Coach O'Brien does not know the moves or how to get quality pieces back for assets. We've got to do something. If you don't, I'm out. Contract is up in 2021. When is Watson's contract up?
I'll pull it up now from Spot Rack.
Yeah, let me know when Watson's, because I think it's 2021. If you're the Houston Texans, you've got one of the top quarterbacks in the league, top young quarterbacks in the league. You absolutely listen to the stud player over the coach, and you absolutely take that guy aside. You have to call Bill O'Brien in and say, "Hey, I don't know what the deal is we know what the deal is with you and Deshaun, but you need to fix it. Your job depends on you mending that relationship and keeping him happy, because we're not going to lose him. We'll lose you before we lose him." And I would get the organization stepping in and saying something like that to Bill O'Brien. But Deshaun Watson has every right to be frustrated.
Last year for Deshaun Watson is 2020. Next year they have a team option. If they want to pay him, they get the 5th-year option, and then he's an unrestricted free agent in 2020. So this is usually
2021.
This is 2020. Next year next year if they don't pick up the option, he can go anywhere he wants. But who wouldn't pick up the option on Deshaun Watson? But usually they don't pick up the option. They work out an extended deal, and I can see him signing like a 4-year, $100 million something, fat contract.
2021 is so 2022 he would be
an unrestricted free agent in 2022. But with that 5th-year option, if they do that to him, I can see Deshaun's probably going to be ticked off.
Yeah.
It's like that 5th-year option is only for $5 million.
You've got to figure something out right now if you're the Texans. And having the star quarterback upset, where would you say Deshaun Watson is in the league from a quarterback ranking standpoint, real quick?
Man, that's a good question. I definitely think he's top 15. I would say comfortably top 15.
Okay. You have that guy. You can do things.
No, he's about a top 12 guy.
Okay. Like that's just you spitballing off the dome without any information. I'll put you on the spot with that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to guess.
Like you have that guy. You've seen, and he's young. You want to keep him around and keep him happy. And right now, clearly, Deshaun Watson is not happy. While John looks that up, let me remind everybody about Surfarscapes. Concrete floors can get your pool deck looking new and beautiful this spring. And up to 20 degrees cooler on your feet. Call them now, 901-888-5000. That's 901-888-5000. Or go to surfarscapes.com for more information on garage floors, restaurant, office, retail, and industrial floors. Don't forget to go to sports56whbq.com. Sign up for the Sports 56 podcast and interviews in your inbox. It's the best way to stay up to date on what's going on in sports. Get the best interviews from Sports 56 delivered straight to your inbox. It's brought to you by Surfarscapes Concrete Floors. They'll get your pool deck looking new and beautiful this spring. Up to 20 degrees cooler on your feet. Call them now, 901-888-5000, or go to surfarscapes.com.
You're going to be so shocked. I got him at number 9. I still have Jimmy G ranked right ahead of him.
Okay.
But that's a close one. That was a tough one for me to decide. Tom Brady ahead of Jimmy G, barely. And then I have Matt Ryan still, Dak Prescott. I have Aaron Rodgers. And then, of course,
Mahomes.
You got Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes. I wrote down, that was reverse orders.
I
went back to front, yeah.
That's cool.
So what did you think? 9? Not bad? I mean, it's 8 or 9. I'm tough on 8. I mean, he could even be better than Tom Brady, depending on how he does in Tampa. I don't know. But I think top 10 is for sure.
That is respectable. That list is, there's nothing outlandish about that list. I have him at 6. But again, it's all a matter of preference when we get to a certain point. Deshaun Watson is absolutely a top 10
Now, sadly, I think Ryan Tannehill is going to have
people.
a better year next year than actually Deshaun Watson for one simple damn reason. Not because Ryan Tannehill is better than Deshaun Watson, but, dude, Ryan Tannehill has a better offensive line, better running back, better wide receivers, better defense, and a hell of a lot better coach in Vrabel. So it's kind of weird. Deshaun Watson is better than Tannehill. But I'm just trying to say, when you look at the situation that Watson's in Houston, that's what that cryptic tweet's about. He knows his talent. He just knows the situation around him, and his coach suck.
And the general manager who is very, very bad at his job also.
Yup.
And that is his coach. His coach
Bill
is
O'Brien.
Coach and general manager Bill O'Brien.
O'Brien.
That is frustrating as a player.
You ever seen a more pronounced butt chin than Bill O'Brien's? Don't you want to wipe it when you see him?
No, I don't want to touch Bill O'Brien when I see him. What is wrong with you?
I'm just being silly.
But as a player, you know how good you are. And you know how good others around you are.
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing that Watson's frustrated about.
Somebody is considerably worse than you, and I think Ryan Tannehill is far, far below Deshaun Watson.
But let's watch who has a better year next year.
If he has a better year next year and better year in the past couple of seasons than you, if he's able to take his team or get
Kyler
on
Murray's
team,
not as good as Deshaun Watson, but he's now got his DeAndre Hopkins. He's still got Fitz. I think he might have a better option,
he
this year.
absolutely does. If you look up and you see a Ryan Tannehill get his team that is built pretty well, get a team like the Titans with a quarterback who didn't throw for 100 yards in the playoffs. I don't think in an individual game, maybe that last game, the AFC Championship game he did, but you see that guy getting the AFC Championship games, yes, it's going to be frustrating. Yes, you're going to want out. And if you're the Texans, Imagine the haul you could get, though, for Deshaun. Now
Well,
that
how
you should trade
frustrated
him,
would
but
you be,
imagine
though?
the haul you could get if he decides, hey, this thing is beyond repair. I'm
All
not
right.
coming back. I'm not going to sign long-term with you guys.
Just so you know, how frustrated would you be? Deshaun Watson, this was the years that the Texans actually should have been good. They've been around long enough, and his cap hit has only been 2.4, 3.1, 3.7, and it'll only be 4.4 this year. His cap hit is nothing. This is when the GM should have talent coming out the yin-yang all around him, and he's got David Damn Johnson, gets rid of... I don't even get me started.
This is how you win in the NFL. You get a quarterback this good on that rookie deal, and like you said, John, you put a bunch of dudes around him.
But nope.
The Texans are not doing that at all. And that is what the cryptic tweet is about, and that is why the Texans are frustrated.
Like Bill O'Brien is the Drake of rappers in coaching.
Bill O'Brien is the Drake of coaching.
I mean, yeah, Bill O'Brien's the Drake of coaching, while Drake's the worst rapper, the Bill O'Brien of rappers.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's never too soon to start thinking about lunch, and I know we're all practicing social distancing. I get it. Corky'sBBQ.com. Great way to go ahead and order you some lunch, order some dinner. You can go there right now. You can schedule your pickup. So you can order online at Corky'sBBQ.com.
Actually did it the other day, and surprisingly, you know, I've eaten a lot of barbecue from Corky's. I get the chicken sandwich to go to, but I got the catfish because Wolo told me it was real good. Gotta say, you ain't lying, Wolo.
Oh, the catfish is great. You can order it right now, but schedule it to be picked up at like 2:30. And then you can go run to Corky's, pick it up.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
That's smooth.
online, Corky'sBBQ.com, man. Check it out. The catfish, if you're not in the mood for barbecue, the catfish, like John said, is great. If you're like me and hate eating like a fork because you're a daggum savage, the catfish nuggets. It's bite-sized catfish.
That's
and
what
you
Honey
just eat
got.
with the hand. Oh, so good. The size, the macaroni and cheese, outstanding. The pecan pie, I love it. It is great as well. And don't forget about the fried drummies. The fried drummies is where it's at. Corky'sBBQ.com. It's a taste of Memphis everywhere. And while you're there, please, give what you can. Give them a nice little tip for me. All right? Don't you guys dare touch that dial. We got more to come on the other side. You're listening to Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
I'm talking now to all you see it to believe it types. The show me, don't tell me sort of folks. You already know the deal with Southland, right? You've seen the ridiculously spacious gaming floor and the thousands of fancy new games? No? Well, close your eyes and just imagine it. Unless you're driving a car. You don't want to close your eyes when you're driving a car. Keep your eyes on the road instead. Make the short drive to Southland. Southland Casino Racing. Surprise yourself. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 1-800-522-4700.
Hi, it's me, your nose. I'm so congested. Use the Vicks Sidex nasal spray, would you? Mouth breather. Yeah, the Vicks Sidex nasal spray starts working in seconds and lasts for up to 12 hours.
I can breathe again. Vicks Sinex nasal spray is incredible. I feel like a whole new nose. Oh, let's buy a new car so we can smell it. Oh, we're really breathing now.
For nasal congestion relief, get Vicks Sinex and breathe freely fast. Use as directed.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Welcome back on what I guess is Soft Rock Tuesday. I'm not sure anymore what is going on.
Come on, this is soft rock, baby.
This is like slow jam rock.
It says soft rock love song. So I know it's soft rock.
Mock drafts all over the place. NFL draft is going to be taking place still as scheduled. It won't be taking place quite the way we all envisioned it, but it's still going to happen. And a couple of interesting things from some of the mock drafts, John, I wanted to bounce some ideas off of you. Isaiah Simmons, that type of versatility. For those of you who don't know, Isaiah Simmons, linebacker at Clemson, was all over the field, and he's that new hybrid backer, that safety slash linebacker hybrid. Some call it the Viper position. Others have a different name for it. But Isaiah Simmons, what he might be able to do for you as a linebacker slash defensive back safety would allow you to continue to be versatile without switching him out of the lineups. And I think that's important because that's what people like. That's what coaches like. Coaches like to be able to do a bunch of different things all out of one formation because then it keeps you honest and it makes it to where you can't get a good read on what the defense is showing you. I am super interested in him and what he is capable of doing. Tua Tagovailoa, we talked about Tua, and we talked about the fact that with him not being able to go to team facilities to be worked out by their physicians and their medical teams, why that is hurtful for him. But Tua put out a video yesterday, and if you saw it, he looked good. Granted, it is a football drill. Granted, it's not him padded, having to go through reads, having to deal with contact. But it is still looks impressive. And remember, Tua was lighting people up when he was healthy. When he is healthy, he changes what you can do and what you can be. The ceiling changes with Tua as your quarterback if he is healthy and if he is able to stay healthy. I could see a team, maybe even a team like Jacksonville, who we talked about with Gardner Minshew there and maybe being interested in Jameis Winston. I could see a team like that saying, you know what, we're going to go ahead and take a chance on Tua. We're going to go out there and get him. Now, they'd have to trade up because if he's there for Miami, Miami's absolutely going to take Tua Tagovailoa. So they'd have to trade up. I think they've got the 5 overall.
They are number 5.
Are they number 5? The Lions are sitting right there at 3. And the Lions have their quarterback.
They're going to get a cornerback and replace Slay.
So,
Mr. Jeff
Okudah?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I hate how much I like Jeff Okudah.
Really?
Yes.
But is that because he's just an Ohio State guy?
Pretty much. Him and Chase Young.
I figured that.
Pretty much him and Chase Young, I salivate over on top of throw Isaiah Simmons in there as well. From a defensive prospect standpoint, I think those three, honestly, these 3 of the surest things in this draft, regardless of team situation, regardless of ownership, like no matter where those 3 go, I think they're going to be good. Judy is another one. No matter where Judy goes, and CeeDee Lamb, no matter where they go,
I still don't know who I like better.
I think those 5 players are going to be really, really good no matter what happens. And
also, though, but don't be surprised. Why I know people think I'm crazy. I could see the Giants possibly moving down, or even heck, I could see even the Lions possibly moving down, and maybe Miami coming up to get Tua, or San Diego coming up to get Mr. Justin Herbert.
Lions have the Jaguars pick 9, don't they? I said 5. I meant 9. Well, didn't mean 9, but I'm just double checked. I'm pretty sure they picked 9.
Yeah, if they have Jacksonville's, then they do. But Jacksonville, I know, has the 9.
Jacksonville has the 9. So Jacksonville would certainly have to move up to try and get a Tua Tagovailoa, even a Justin Herbert. So that is something. I just don't know how comfortable I would be as an NFL franchise moving up to draft a quarterback like Tua with so many health questions.
Especially if you can't get him into little pro day action.
Yep. That would be my only concern Only concern. We got to get out of here, folks. Middays is coming up next. Eli and Gabe have a fun, jam-packed show for you as well. Please remember, 6 feet of separation if you have to go out. We are on a safer at home order. That means only essential businesses are open. Only essential people are working. John Harden is essential. Gabe Kuhn, Eli Savoy, they are essential. I'm kind of essential too. I'm up here. Please keep your distance. Please don't hoard. We got enough for everybody. Supply chains are staying open. Please don't touch that dial. Middays is up next. Thanks for listening. Y'all take care.
This is the Frells family. They live on a piece of land they call greener pasture, and they work on it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. With its durable construction and features that hook up to dozens of attachments with ease, no job is too tough. The Frells family runs with us because this is more than just land. It's home. Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1 Series tractor for just $99 per